last 8 ball in the side pocket, leaving himself a good look at the 9 in the corner. Dom cleans up that 9 ball. Tying it up 1-1. Oh no, my mistake. It's 2 games to Dom, isn't it?
Seeing him rack there just immediately had us assume.
Yeah, very, very sportsmanlike, given the courtesy to Roland to rack up for himself there, as it's making things a little easier for everybody.
Nice, and watches Dom carefully extracts the magic rack. Is that the name right there? Magic rack?
Yeah, that's right. It's the magic rack.
Yeah, have we talked about that? Yeah, what's going on there exactly between the magic rack and what I typically see is that little triangle or diamond wooden, shell.
Yeah, so the magic rack that we're using here is one specifically shaped for 9 ball, and they have ones, I believe that one also works for 10 ball.
Yeah, I saw. It looks like there was a couple extra dots there that weren't necessarily being used or could be set up in a different configuration or whatever.
Exactly, but it's a little perfectly shaped thing. You can kind of just barely see in the camera here that it's got those little dots, those little holes,
in the upper right corner there you're talking about? Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Really, really super thin plastic triangle, and then the openings of those dots are what hold the balls in place. And so what you're basically able to get all of the balls to perfectly rack up exactly the same way without any gaps between them. Allows you to have a super consistent break in kind of taking some of that variable out of who's racking the balls up.
Well, it's really interesting. Myself as a card gamer, immediately I think about odds and statistics there. What does that do to the game? Knowing that it's set up the exact same way, are the players able to, break in a fashion that consistently gets them, one of the balls in the same pocket? And if so, do you consider that to be an unfair advantage, or is the knowledge of that, earned at that point?
Yeah, I think it can be a little bit of both. There's definitely 2 sides to that coin. Obviously, the person who would be racking up with the traditional wooden triangle, as you said it, I'm sure is feeling a little bit of a disadvantage that their opponent gets to have a super consistent break. We've seen a handful of the players tonight able to break in such a way that they kind of get that wing ball consistently in the corner pocket. Nice
shot by Roland there, by the way. Sorry to cut you off, but wow, getting to get that 4 ball in the side and looking forward 5 steps ahead and break up that little 9-8 cluster was honestly fantastic. Wow.
Yeah.
A little bit of trouble seeing the 5 there, but he should still feel good about that last shot,
Totally agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, the players that are real comfortable with the magic rack, they're usually able to take that variable of will you make a ball on the break or will you not? They're usually able to, with the right practice and the right know-how, to just be consistent, get that wing ball on every break, get that 1 ball down towards the head rail with a good look from the cue ball if you send it fast enough. Personally, I like it a lot. It's been something that's helped me take a lot of the variables out of me learning my game as a beginner player with the break, which is such an important shot.
Yeah, that's interesting. I still, I do on one side from a practice standpoint appreciate that, but, back to that kind of math, statistics side of my brain, it seems to almost kind of like, remove, how would you say it? Not remove the randomness of the first shot, but just like, whoever's breaking really, if we're talking about a good player, right? We had Brian saying, there's guys out there that are running racks after racks after racks. That's not a guy that I would want to play against that knows how to also always get it in the first time. I feel that my opinion is, the wooden triangles and the diamond, they provide a sense of randomness that adds to that beautiful flurry of the break that, I always really appreciated the fact that I more than likely wouldn't see that same exact pattern in that same way. That was the beauty of the game for me,
Yeah.
It was interesting, actually, the first break, actually, of the first game here when Roland was playing, something that caught my eye, actually. The cue ball broke, made its way around the table after sinking in a ball in the bottom right corner pocket there. And then actually as the ball started to return to the break dot, it tried to roll onto the magic rack and actually shift to the left a little bit and get nudged up behind the 9, which forced him to push in that first shot.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. That definitely is one of the cons to the magic rack, is that if you're not diligent about getting it off of the table after that break, and sometimes diligence is not the issue, but you might literally not be able to do so without shifting one of the balls.
Exactly. That 9 doesn't necessarily always move from that position. There might be enough ball action that you're just not able to get there in time before it at least adds some factor to the game and the way that the balls are placed.
Yeah, I guess in that way you're kind of trading one variable for another, because that now that you bring that up and I'm thinking a little more consciously about it, that's definitely something that happens pretty consistently with the magic rack, is you get those weird little anomalies or those odd rolls due to physically having that real thin piece of plastic on the table there.
Which, again, we're talking about maybe the sum of $2 to $3 bills of thickness there, but just enough to kind of offset the travel of that cue ball if it requires. Nice shot there by Roland there. Made some good contact. It almost was able to get that 6 in, actually. Left Dom with a pretty, medium to long shot there that's got him a little bit hooked behind the 8. Even if it's not quite hooked behind it, just sometimes the distraction of those, other balls in the way can just kind of put a little bit of hindrance in your game. But that didn't seem to stop Dom on that last one. Sunk it in the upper left corner pocket and got a nice sight on the 6, which is... with a little bit, I think, top spin there that sends it back into the rail for a second time. Should leave him right there. Boom. And there we are, the last 3. Balls should be textbook from here. Let's see if Dom can seal this series up 3-0.
He's making a lot of these cuts look pretty easy. And, something that has been the story of our table that we've had in the Sharky Waters studio all throughout season 1 is the Pro Cut pockets. Those pockets that are 4 1/4 inches, beautiful bank to get that 8 in the side pocket.
I thought he was going to do the negative cut and then go down the longer way to the 9, but he went for a little bit riskier shot and got the easier 9-ball shot after that. Good calculated decision right there.
Yeah, nice out by Dom. That was really textbook.
Players shake hands. There we go. That's important.
As I was saying, the table that we've been playing on all throughout season 1 of Sharky Waters has those Pro Cut pockets that are 4 1/4 inches instead of 4 1/2 inches, and the side pockets, which are 4 1/2 inches instead of 5 inches, I believe it is.
This is the table back at the Sharky Water studio.
Yeah,
saying?
The one that was recently sold to our fan and now friend Cliff. Those Pro Cut pockets are obviously called Pro Cut because it's what the professionals play with in their tournaments. And here, and I could be wrong, I'm just speculating with kind of a faraway view from this table, but these look like they're standard cut pockets.
Yeah,
Could be pro cut. That's just looking weird to me because we're on 9-footers here and we're used to a pro
I do
8,
think you're right. Actually, even just the little couple warm-up games that you and I had when we were earlier, setting up all the AV equipment and making sure that the shots were aligned from the cameras and everything. It felt like a little bit more of a standard pocket size there, but I too have had a chance to play on some of those slimmer pockets. And in fact, there's actually a practice tool that I know I've got to play with a bit. Can't really remember the name, but it's basically reminds me of like one of those little hand grips that you would strengthen your hand with, and it has a little screw.
Yeah, you're talking about pocket reducers. I think they're called.
Yeah, those things, man. Let me tell you, you're going straight in, only aiming at the back of that pocket. You're not using those side rails at all with that thing. And that really
turning a 4.5 inch pocket into like a 2 1/4 inch pocket or something like that.
What a difference, right? Yeah.
Really like damn near zero room for error in that situation. And yeah, those things in getting comfortable hitting some shots like that is definitely something that I thought that looks pretty even here. It looks like maybe Debbie got
I think she might have.
roll.
Yeah, I think she just got it just by a hair there, but it's.
But yeah, to bring my whole long-winded thing full circle here is that Dom, who's been practicing on Pro Cut pockets, for him to come out here and play on these standard ones is probably feeling like throwing rocks in the ocean, I would imagine.
No, absolutely. I was just going to say, it sounds like he's shooting into the Grand Canyon after that, but...
Debbie and Matt here, duking it out.
Yeah, this is Matt's first game at the feature table. Debbie's as well, I believe. Yeah,
that's
cool.
right.
So, 2 fresh new pool players, new talent for you at home to digest and dissect and enjoy.
Yeah, we saw a couple matches, both of them in the background on the secondary table. Obviously, we're commentating on our primary table here, and I believe just about every player gets some TV time. But it looked like both players were playing pretty well. And I was talking about Matt earlier. I don't have a whole lot of experience playing him. The matches that we did play on the Sharky Waters set kind of in some spare time before the boys were going to work, I felt like we were pretty evenly matched the first couple times. And then now that I'm thinking back, I think probably the last 6 or 7 games that I played, he whooped me pretty hard. And now we're seeing him play real tough in the tournament. And making me wonder if I just had beginner's luck those first couple matches against him. Little movement on that 9 ball. Looked like if she didn't get the double kiss with the cue that she might have got that to go. But yeah, it looks like a scratch there, actually, giving Matt ball in hand.
Make sure you can see that 3, and after that, this table is looking pretty inviting for a possible run out here.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can pull it off. I just want to take a moment again just to sincerely thank everyone at home for spending their Wednesday evening, either the first time or, of many times with us tonight. It's it's a big wide world of internet out there, and there's a lot of stuff to watch and enjoy. Some awesome stuff on Netflix that just came out that I wouldn't mind binge watching right now, but instead you're choosing here to watch our game of pool. We're all here because we love this game so much, and it's awesome that the internet's able to kind of bring us together like that. We can find our niche pockets and communities of people to, gather with IRL and URL, depending on.
Nice. Now, we're not obviously playing professional pool here, but if we were, that would be a foul for Matt to leave his equipment on the table without having a hand on it.
Oh, that's interesting. I actually was not aware of that rule there.
It's a rule that Dom brought to my attention while we were watching this last year's Moscone Cup, in which narrowly avoided the scratch there. That was a little too close for comfort. But yeah, Dom brought that to my attention when we were watching Shane Van Boning and the U.S. men's pool team against Europe's men's pool team. Excuse me. And I was watching someone pull out a bridge. They had a real awkward motion where they had expanded their full wingspan to leave the bridge where it needed to be and to aim with their cue. And Dom pointed out that that bridge for a lot of players can kind of secretly be used as a little extra aiming tool. But as soon as you take your hand off of that, that's considered a foul, ball in hand to your opponent.
Wow, so that actually not only applies to your actual playing cue, but as well as the assistant rack there if need be.
Yeah.
Trip out. Wow.
Yeah, you'll see in like
Great
I've seen
combo
this
shot
a
real
few
quick.
times in
When he saved
narrowly.
again. That
Narrowly
bottom
avoided
right
that scratch
pocket
kick.
is on Matt's team for sure.
I've seen in one or two of the local pool league nights here in Tacoma. Ooh, lucky.
Wonderful shot, man. And even
Lucky
kind of
little
moved
bank
the
there in the
9 ball
corner.
there into a little bit more possibly makeable decision, a little bit closer to the side pocket at least. We're probably going to see a little long table bank here maybe. Oh, okay, with the negative cut. Long table bank. That's my boy, Matt. Wonderful shot. Great leave. 9 going into the side here. Pretty much textbook finish. A little bit of back English to make sure it doesn't go anywhere crazy into that bottom right corner pocket. And sure enough, right into Debbie's hand as she sends it down to Matt's end where he's going to break one more time as we're heading into game 2 now of this race to 3.
Taking a moment to just let the players refocus. We obviously have a lot to say about what we're witnessing here. But we are in the same room as the tournament, and all the discussion can be a bit of a distraction, so we just like to exercise some moments of silence when we can feel the tension in the room and let the players really focus up. Looks like Matt was able to clinch another victory there. He's on the hill, and Debbie is yet to be on the board. And as Brian was saying too, with earlier, with players of this caliber, a race to 3 can be over in the blink of an eye. You know, just about any player in this room, Fairweather could break and run 3 racks in a row, no problem. That's, not out of the realm of possibility with this group of players. And so to only have 3 chances at failure, even 0-0, that can feel like a lot of pressure. Not to mention 2-0 as well here with Matt and Debbie.
A lot of movement. That was a real nice break there. No real clusters. The 5 kind of came back there, and even once again, that magic rack kind of adding a little bit of factor to the movement of the 5 there in the last couple of inches of its roll.
Yeah.
One quick question back to the magic rack again. What do they use in the pros? Is there any limit to that there, or?
I can't remember off the top of my head. That'd be a great question for Dom or Jesse, who watch a lot more professional pool. I watched the Mosconi Cup was the most recent real high-level pool match.
Yeah, I got a little bit of the highlights of that, but I never actually saw what they were racking with.
I from memory thought that they were
like a tennis ball boy, same kind of thing. Does he come out and rack the balls?
They do have a referee that racks everything.
Interesting. That's kind of cool, though. It gives both players an even chance to kind of reset and assess their performance of the last game and, move forward after that.
Yeah. But I remember we were talking about the Mosconi Cup earlier, and I thought, for memory, if my memory served, that they did use a magic rack. But now that I'm thinking about it with the referee, I think he does use traditional triangular racking system. This is the closest I've seen Matt play all night from the commentary booth.
Yeah, he's kind of been hiding off in the back table, which is now currently occupied by Jesse and Dominic, actually starting their first round of a 3-game match, or excuse me, race to 3.
That's a great rematch this season, Jesse and Dom.
That's right. Jesse was on the Sharky Waters, what was that, like episode, I think like 3 or 4 or something like that this season?
He was a guest 3 times, as Dom and Jesse are like real close real close play with each other a lot, good friends. They agreed early on this season that they would have 3 races to 7 in a bet for $100. And
a little side action in the Sharky Waters.
And if my memory serves, Jesse won 3 in a row. Not every game, obviously, in the races to 7, but won the overall race to 7 3 times. And though they are pretty even players, Jesse just came ready to bite for blood every time and brought his best game to the table, and it was real impressive.
Yeah, it's an interesting factor. I definitely... One is a person that would come, to the show, knowing they have an opportunity to have their friends watch them play. There's a high stakes to that. As a musician, both you and I understand the need to be able to perform, to the best of our ability in that moment, And so on one hand, you have players coming into Sharky Waters, with that kind of energy and headspace. And then meanwhile, you have Dom, who, I'm not necessarily envious of having to balance being a host and doing the drills and kind of even in some ways curating the energy a little bit alongside you as the commentators, and then also balance a good game of pool in there. It's an interesting factor. And as I finish that thought, we see Matt and Debbie exchanging a handshakes, and Matt finishes that race to 3 in 3.
Yeah, tough matchup for Debbie. She's a strong player in her own right, but sometimes, again, on these short matches, you can find yourself just feeling like you're sitting in the chair the whole time because the other person just is not missing any shots.
Oh, totally, man, for sure. Again, I have... Oh, looks like Jesse owes some push-ups in the back there. But, In the, again, I try and find parallels between pool and bowling, one of my favorite sports as much as possible. And, especially when I was younger and getting into the game, when my emotion get involved and I, had that energy, affect my release and my throw as the ball sailed down the lane, if you don't maintain that composure, over striking the cue ball can happen here as well,
Absolutely. Well, big thanks to everybody in the chat room who's still with us. Obviously,
let's take a look at, let's see what some people are saying. I'll try and answer some of your questions. If you have any, please drop in right now and let us know.
Long night of pool tonight, so we ended up abruptly breaking the episode up into 2 pieces.
Yeah, so with that being said, thank you for sticking through with us, It's been a great first season for Sharky Waters, just going from concept to reality so quickly. Sometimes it can feel like the train is even going a little faster, than we wanted it to. But everyone involved, I personally have just been watching from home down in Oakland as a couple of my best friends are embarking on this new journey, and it's really awesome to see the development. They have the extra details there, and the scoreboard and the cue balls all disappearing as each one goes off, and it's that little bit there that it's pretty awesome to see them just kind of putting their best foot forward, and it really makes me excited to see about where they're going to go with Sharky Waters as a whole and how it'll continue to just influence the Tacoma and the greater pool community in positive ways. I sure do love the internet, not just because I enjoy my music and videos and connectivity as well, but it's finding the people out there, finding the others, like I think Timothy Leary once said, is what it's all about. Finding those people that resonate with you, and that's what we're doing here. Finding other people that enjoy this game as much as us, and hearing your thoughts. And if you want to be a part of this, please make sure and reach out. We're always looking for new people to come and play, share their stories. It's not just about the game of pool here, it's about life. We think about, as you're even just at home practicing by yourself, there's a lot of time to reflect on life, reflect on your day, and sometimes even the positivity or negativity of your day can influence that game, and how you can try and overcome that with your mind and, hopefully walk away from that table a better person, Then we got hot shot of the night, Jeff Jerome, smacking the first break.
Yeah, on the secondary table, Brian and Eric were playing, and it looks like Brian clinched the victory there. So Jeff won in the lag, as you guys saw in the overhead view, broke out there. Made a ball on the break, and now he's looking at the one right up against the rail there.
I am not a fan of this shot. I typically try and almost always go safety in that situation as much as possible, but it's so much easier said than done.
Yeah.
Might foresee some player getting a little tactical and using the kind of 3-5-8 wall there and hiding a ball there. Oh, look at that. And we got a different cluster. Oh, balls are moving. It's getting weird, as we like to say. It's getting weird.
Now, here's one of those situations you can see he carefully has to slide the magic rack out there.
Interesting.
And ends up just leaving it on the table because it looks like it was a little too tight.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think he probably, if anything, just didn't want to have, whichever direction, those balls are about to start sailing.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't want to have that pathway affected in any way if possible. Jeff lining up his sights. Good contact. Broke the cluster, just wasn't able to quite sink the one. And he attempts to extract. And does so tastefully.
Nice,
that's almost a gain in and of itself.
Yeah, totally. As we're thinking about that trade-off with the magic rack, the way that it can affect your leave or rolling over the path of that little piece of plastic. I think still with the option of some weirdness there, I would still choose a consistent break every break over the odds of having one or two weird rolls.
Totally. You know, I could see that mind state definitely be the case if I was a real strong player and I knew that I was going to be mathematically saying,
Yeah.
breaking more often than not. I'll wait till Jeff shoots. Beautiful. But with that being said, now at my current skill level, I kind of appreciate the randomness just to make sure that the skilled player that I'm playing against and probably is breaking that rack isn't getting that extra little edge against me.
I totally agree.
Jeff laying in the stretch. Kissed, and sure enough, used that 3-5 area over there as a wall like I kind of foresaw earlier. Good play. Wonderful shot.
Yeah, you really like
Didn't
the
let any
safety
of that phase
action.
him.
Really like the safety action by Jeff. Brian still was able to play through it.
Maybe a little luck here. Oh, not quite. I think he kind of, if we were just trying to make that last shot, I think there was a little bit of too much power in that one. But, he definitely was trying to put a little bit of action on it and solve that 8-9 cluster at the same time. And again, Jeff for the safety. Wow. Extra little love there with the 4 nudge just to get a little extra pressure on Brian. Great shot. Put a little bit of right English on that to widen the exit angle off the rail and had that cue at least make good contact with the 3, but definitely didn't leave anything easy for Jeff. There we go. See, that was the type of safety I was talking about earlier that I'm usually a fan of. Just kind of nudge it and bring it right back on down to the far end of the table there. Yeah, technically Jeff did leave him with a shot that had a higher percentage chance of being made, but Brian wasn't able to seal it. And now look at that, left Jeff with the same thing again. Let's see if we're going to get a little deja vu here in a second. Glitch in the Matrix incoming.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff even has a tighter angle than Brian had. You can see him over there looking at what it's going to take.
He's just going to make it
that
happen this
ball.
time. Mm-hmm. No time for safety here. Danger is Jeff's middle name. Good attempt. Brian lining up now. Table's looking a little bit more inviting now. All the clusters have been solved. Let's see what happens.
Wow.
This is mature pool right here. These guys
yes.
there's no ego here. They're not worried about sinking it. They want to make sure that they have control and then they'll execute.
Yeah, just look at the leaf. Just wedged right in there.
Yeah, simply dirty, and I love it.
What a safety. I think that's the first time that Jeff has scratched all night.
Good kudos to Brian there. That was a tough one because honestly, that is that the 7 ball there at the far end of the table from us here over there by Brian was honestly like right where the cue ball needed to hit and exit to get the 3 easily. So
Yeah.
Jeff was required to add some English to the shot, in this case right, to kind of tighten up the exit angle of the of the cue ball there after it bounced off the rail, and it just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, and with ball in hand, Brian's able to make easy work of that 3, draw back for the 4.
Mm-hmm. This is the maturity level I'm talking about. Brian waited for that opportunity, and finally, after several safeties in a row between both of the gentlemen, now we're seeing a pretty textbook, now 4-ball run here for Brian to get himself a point on the table, or on the scoreboard.
Wow.
5 balls spinning around the pocket like a toilet. Clockwise, of course.
Oh, no. Just hate
Brian.
to see such a calculated run
Yeah.
end with a scratch like that.
Yeah, totally. No, Brian voicing a little frustration there, but I do not blame him for the slightest. That was the 2 balls left here. We pretty much know which way the wind is blowing at this point.
Unfortunately, so.
Can't say how much surprised to see both Jeff and Brian facing off at at some point in this tournament here. Should we let him know that it's over? Or?
Now,
Wait for it.
Brian obviously, before the game was over, racked that up and gave that victory to Jeff, who my understanding was had 2 victories already. All right, obviously we have some number corrections to do here so that we're reflecting the correct score. We just checked with our players and with our judges in the room, and we are in fact at 1-0. Thanks for bearing through us while we get all that information correct.
Nothing like a little fat finger on the keyboard every once in a while. Good contact there with the 2-rail bank. Watching pool and enjoying some good music. Love the melody on this song. This one gets caught in my head every time I hear it when I listen to Sharky Waters. A little whistle sound there. Nice summertime vibes. Reminds me of hanging out with friends.
You know, a handful of the tracks in this playlist are beats that have been licensed, composed by me and licensed to various other artists for use on their hip-hop albums. And I think this is one of the few tracks. Wait for the shot here.
Yep.
One of the
Great
few
shot.
tracks in the playlist that is still unlicensed. This was one that I wrote, I believe, in 2015 or 16 maybe, during my tenure at Pacific Studios in Tacoma.
I do believe, yeah, it was around that time. I think that was about when I was...
I think that was like just prior to you moving down to California.
No, yeah, I actually think I was in Olympia at the time, coincidentally, in the marijuana
Yeah,
production business.
that's
and
right.
You were sending me that tune, but...
Oh, cool. Yeah, sure. You're hot right now.
I am hot right now. I like that stage lingo.
That's
Joining
right,
the
Dom.
guys in the commentary booth here.
Dom is hot like fire.
We talked about that. They call this the hot seat, playing for the hot seat. Because the winner of this match is going to have to sit and wait on ice while they cool off, while the other people play out the B side.
Totally.
And, it's a
So is that
real
my
hard-
understanding that
real hard
the...
position psychologically to get there.
Yeah, totally. And so the winners of the A
Yeah,
side and the
look
B
at that.
side.
That's good strategy right there. Ryan intentionally ball in handed.
Mm.
Him snugging up the 9 ball on top of the 6 ball with no
Yeah.
combination capability there.
Yeah,
Super
when
clever.
when he was over here earlier, actually talking about different strategies, he actually mentioned that. And sure enough, look at him implementing that right now.
Totally. Yeah. Trip out. He executed it perfect too.
No, we were
Jeff's
all.
clever, though. Watch Jeff's gonna do something stupid. There you have it, folks.
Yeah.
Look at that. Now
yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah. All last game
How
we were.
strong is that?
All last game we were just commenting on just the maturity level of these two pool players, just removing ego and not going for the sink, but going for
Yeah,
waiting for
yeah.
to gain control.
I'll
You
tell you
know.
what, and removing the ego is hard because safeties are hard shots to shoot. They're harder than pocket or ball, man. The ball is like a pocket's like a black hole, man. That thing vanishes and then it's gone. You don't have to worry about it anymore. You shoot a safety that's still on the table. You got to figure out where it's gone, where the cue ball is going to go. Any of the other object balls, some obstructions that you're going to try and snug up to. In this case, the 9 ball.
Yeah, it's a very almost both proactive and reactive decision to make when you play safety. You know.
Yeah. I find myself getting nervous about getting involved in safety battles with these guys. You know what I mean? Because one small error.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Your ball in hand to the guy, and he's out.
Yeah, for sure. It has to be calculated for sure. And that's honestly a tactic I use against you as well. Down to I'm not the strongest pool player in the role by any means, but definitely feel like I can at least see the lines as best I can. And seeing those safeties is a good one for me because I'll just be like, well, I know he can't probably do this. So.
Yeah, totally. In that case, Brian got a good hit there, but unfortunately left it exposed. That's what was such a good hit about. Such a stupid skill shot about what Jeff left him with was because there was really hardly any way to hit that 6 ball, get a legal hit, extend to a cushion, and not leave that 6 ball exposed.
totally.
He's gonna leave him some probably an easy out here. Looks pretty textbook from this.
Yeah, totally. We just had to get that little negative angle cut into the corner pocket there.
I was playing Roland and I heard you guys talking about moving the magic rack. You can see David's using a piece of chalk as a marker to put the 5 ball exactly back where it is on the back table back there.
Oh, yeah,
As
true.
they're removing the magic rack for the match.
See them in the back there, kind of just readjusting, and Matt and Eric are still battling it out back there. Jeff sinking the 7 into the corner like we expected.
I think he wanted to be on the other side of that 8 ball.
Oh yeah,
Maybe I'm wrong.
totally. The leave on this one is going to be a little weird, probably a little top.
risky with the scratch shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch this. He's going to have to not put too much draw on it. Just come real perfectly straight across the table, perpendicular from the contact point. Ooh, put some draw on it to be safe. That's too good.
That's control. Look at that, just enough draw within that literally 4-inch space between the 8 ball there and the side pocket. Was able to find that point on the rail there and bounce it right off, and sure enough, seal it up 2-0 right now. Jeff's on the hill, and Brian's still shaking off his scratch from the last game. I know he's in his head right now. These are
You
two.
see Jeff laughing. That's part of his tactics too. He just makes himself look so comfortable that you can't help but feel a little at unease yourself. You know.
Yeah, definitely the shines of both skilled player, technically and mentally.
Yeah, totally. Handsome son of a gun, too, with that white hair and everything. There's some, like, wisdom, knowledge, imagery that goes into your brain, He's like a young father figure of sorts.
Totally.
Just got some, like, real pool wisdom. Stop that. Okay, so just to catch up everybody on the bracket, Matt and Eric are playing back there on the Hawthorne pool table. The winner of that match is gonna play Jesse. Jesse took me out. We both played really good.
What was the final score?
2-1.
2-1.
I had a run out, 9-ball run out, and a 7-ball run out. We'll get her on. We got Brian asking for Sam's commentary.
Let's go ahead and give her a chance. I'll go ahead and take a break for a minute and let's see what she has to say.
Yeah. So the winner of Eric and Matt are gonna play Jesse, and the winner of that match is gonna play the loser of Jeff and Brian. No, hop on. Put the microphone on. Everybody, Samantha, Alan. Yep. Put her straight up to your back. Yep. There you go. Say hello. Hello. Can we hear her? She's all good?
Yeah, Sam, how you doing?
I'm well.
Welcome to the commentary booth. Doing well.
Yeah, very excited.
Yeah, do us a favor so we can hear you loud and clear, Sam. Go ahead and bring that microphone right up close to your mouth, and don't feel free to talk out loud. It's all good.
How'd you play? How do you feel about your performance?
Well, honestly, I did not expect to be playing tonight. So I was very excited that I was drawn, a little shocked, but
Lucky winner.
good shots.
Yeah, good. I saw you make some against Roland.
Yeah, and then some lucky saves. But Roland played really well.
Now, you watch Brian play here a lot. And you spend a lot of time here. What do you think his odds are of winning this thing? He's still in it.
He likes to come back from the B side a lot. It's almost like he drives better with some pressure under him.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I also think that he psychs himself out against Jeff.
You can see everybody in the room is laughing about Jeff and his old age. I can't wait to be Jeff's age. I think that my pool game is going to be excellent by then. I'm pretty committed to sticking with my pool game until then. I've always kind of had a vision of what I'm going to be like when I'm a silver-haired, thanks. Silver fox playing pool myself. A lot of you guys know my pool playing came from my dad. He was once Mr. January in a Silver Hunks calendar.
Impressive.
I'll have to get you some photos of that. I'm sure you'd enjoy it. Here comes David Lash over here. See what he's got to say.
Hi, Mr. Lash. How are you doing?
This is a tough shot. Too bright. Don't worry. Here we go, 2-1.
Pocket.
2-1.
Take it, Ryan. Take it. Take it, brother.
Wonder how Matt's doing over there hanging with Eric, the clock doctor.
This is the point match. Most people most exciting game.
Nick, can we get a score check on the other table? It's 1-0. Who's in the lead? Eric is in the lead.
Jon Snow is building
Eric
his
hanging
army.
in.
That's like what we're doing right now.
Who beat
When they clash on the battlefield.
who beat Eric to put him onto the B side?
It made total sense. Okay, so that makes sense to you.
Well, you're like the 1% of America that isn't that smart.
so cool.
No. You can see here where Brian's queuing up on the 1 ball here. He's gonna maybe play safe. I don't know. There's a lot of clustered up stuff over there.
At least he didn't leave the 1 ball on the rail like he had been.
Yeah. Maybe shoot the 1 ball over by the piece of chalk and the logo, and then leave the cue ball up against the 8 ball. He likes to do that move too. I think that's pretty exposed. Let's see what Jeff does. It's getting late. We'll have to see how long this tournament's gonna last. A couple more matches. You know, the original plan was to have the finals be a race to 7, but you know, my plan was if I won the losers bracket, I was gonna offer a split pot with the winner side. Call it a night. I think the fun has been had and the excitement's going down. And of course, the bigger matches are going to be better. You know, as the matches go on and we get to the finals, they're going to be awesome to watch.
Yeah, as the intensity builds.
Yeah.
See, Jeff pulls out some magic, and he'll get himself out of this stuff too.
Yeah, you take a look at the overhead camera on this side. You can see he's got an opportunity to shoot the 2 ball and send it towards the 5 and then towards the 9. He's got an opportunity to kind of snug that cue ball in there real tight and send the 2 ball out of there. I don't know. We'll see what he does. That's a good shot too.
But see how your mind goes straight there? As
Yeah.
a new pool player?
He went like an opposite direction.
Yeah, as a new pool player, it is definitely a lot to take in. Lots of steps that you guys are thinking,
Yeah.
5 steps ahead.
Yeah, you
versus
can
I'm
see
like
you
1.
can see Brian literally rubbing his chin, thinking about what the hell to do. Got 1 or 2 bounces off of the rail here. Switch back over and see if we can watch him get a good hit. Slow roll. Ooh, that's a good shot. I think I'm rooting for Matt Wells, honestly. Tough call with the clock doctor. You know, he's obviously part of the Sharky Waters family. But with my new work, my new dreams and ambitions, Matt Wells is helping me out a bunch. Today's his birthday. I mean, there's all the
I would say
reasons.
it's his birthday.
Yeah,
you know, he
today's
deserves
all the
a
reasons
dub.
to wish for that guy to win right now. So you can see he's over there on the break side. He must have got one. I think that probably makes it 1-1. Right, gotta go for a jump shot. Got the hit. Popped out the 9 ball.
bad we can't zoom in with our face and focus because the level of
Yeah. Well, every once in a while there's shots that, the lights are all reflective on this view too. But you can see now, you can't tell, but we're standing directly behind Jeff. He could probably hear us as we speak. But. Switch back here and take a look at what he's really looking at. That was clever.
Yeah, the level of concentration on these guys' faces. I don't know how you guys multitask and talk and can still joke and come back to the table.
Yeah, that stuff is not. Oh, that was good. Look at that. It's gonna come out a little far though. It went out too far. He needed just a hair follow on that. Let's see if we can get a good view here. It's not too good there. See, he's gonna go in the fourth dimension again. Going airborne. Oh, it just barely missed it. Got up in the air enough, though.
Brian's jump shots are either super on or super off.
Same. My entire pool game was like that, unfortunately.
Not that I'm one to talk. I'm clearly.
You're so far in the beginning. I don't even think you have enough data in the system to. You got no robustness, so they say. You see, Jeff just lasered it right in between those two balls, dragging the cue ball over to get a good 6-ball shot. He's probably gonna float it over just the same way. One little smooth stroke. That ought to be that.
Straight in, yep.
Boom.
All right. Looks like Jeff's in it.
Jeff's in the hot seat. Brian Trudeau's waiting.
Have to battle his way back in.
Eric, the clock doctor, is back there playing Matt Wells, My Pony, My Horse, My Runner.
You have a side bet on him.
I'm all out of chips, I had some good action. I had some good bets. I made some good bets. I made some bad bets. You can see Jesse, he's getting tired. He's got 2 chips on it. Who's
Table occupied, right? There's a table not
what? Someone playing one right now?
Luke is drowning in the chips. Look at all that money he's made.
Yeah, it looks like the bracket's got a little fudge spot where there's going to be some waiting. Jesse's trying to occupy the pool table. You can see he's dressed for the occasion.
Yeah, he's looking slick.
He's fresh and ready. He was knocked out by Jeff Jerome also. I might have had one of the toughest draws on the tournament. I had to play Jeff and Jesse.
Oh, absolutely.
Jeff first round and Jesse third or fourth round. Wound up getting what looks like 5th place on the board, which is right smack in the middle of our field numbers. We had 10 people to play with. And it's kind of crazy. Nathan, my friend who's been on the commentary this evening with us, he wound up reminding me that with the development of the show and stuff, that although I'm like become frustrated at my own poor performance and underperforming the way that I know I could play, that despite all of that, the show is kind of evolving in a way that I have an opportunity to be like the measuring stick against all the players.
Oh, absolutely.
And in that kind of way, I think it's really appropriate that I fit right in the middle. We got people like Jeff, who have been playing for, 100 years, as far as we all know. And then we've got people like you who probably haven't even put in 100 hours.
No, that's very accurate.
And so there I am right in the middle of that, and it feels good to be that, and it feels good to kind of place my numbers on the tournament board in a reflection of that. David Gross leaving the house, saying good evening, thank you.
It's a good show.
Yeah, thanks. So Matt's warming up back there, and we'll have to watch the real action is on the back table with Matt. You can see Eric was walking off over here through the commentary lounge. I don't know what's going on, if he's trying to get a smoke break or a reset or something, but
Did
sometimes
Matt get it or Eric?
it's still going, I think.
Oh.
You can see he's getting it appears to be a candy bar, a protein bar, I'm sorry. But I'm
energy.
certain it's one of those ones laced together with chocolate. In any case, vanilla, I'm sorry. So as he repowers up with his protein pellets, Matt Wells rattles 7-ball back and forth out of the corner pocket, leaving Eric a real similar shot of what he just got. Luke's over there banging balls. He unfortunately was not one of the winners of the raffle drawing today, but certainly came with his cues and was ready to play. From what I understand and what I'm witnessing too, he's like the winner of the side action games going on around here. A lot of opportunity challenges going on.
He seizes the moment.
Yeah,
that's
he
for
just
sure.
he just swoops some up
Hustles.
off of the
Mr. Lash is heading out
off
of
the table here in front of us. Mr. Lash, thanks for so much for coming in. I love your face.
Love you too, bro.
Seeing you.
Yeah, you too. David Lash, also another unfortunate non-raffle ticket selectee. A little snap from Luke here in the front while Matt drains the 9-ball. That's got to be putting them at 2-1 or 2-2. They haven't shaken hands yet, so I know it's not 3, but we're getting up close to it. Got Tor and Nathan laying down in the lounge area. That's looking good. I'm glad to see that. Those guys worked their asses off to do all of this stuff. Nathan and I stayed up late last night doing psychedelics, and so there wasn't a lot of sleep there, but you gotta catch some somewhere. There's plenty of rest for the wicked, just ask Rodriguez. We watched the movie Searching for Sugar Man, which was a phenomenal documentary about a cultural musical icon of South Africa, like a living legend that people had thought had passed away and died. And turns out he's like just an old man still out there working his ass off, like roofing and doing labor, and still plays music. And you know,
Is that on Netflix?
I don't know. Nathan found it on some stream or something like that. He's kind of my guru in that regard.
Nice.
So it looks like Eric and Matt are taking a break. Then that sounds like the remnants of a hill match. You know, a lot of the times people like to do that. You know, it's like icing a kicker in football. I don't know if you watch a lot of football.
I do. There's a lot of football.
But they could be icing, Matt could be icing Eric. But Eric was over here eating his protein bar, so that could maybe it was Eric's initiative that started all of that.
He was trying to ice him, but it's.
But you can see he's over there right above Jesse's head. He's over there just eating his protein bar, waiting for Matt to come back. I assume he's waiting to break. And there's Matt's return. He's got his cue, so he is going to break. We'll see how that goes. Maybe he gets it on the break. 9-ball. Didn't even know. A couple balls went in, though, I think. And you see Jesse just continues to stay warming up. He's got an important match coming up. He's going to play the winner of that game between Matt and Eric. How do you feel about paying attention to who you have next on the bracket? Is it exhausting? Is it something that you want to focus on?
it's something I'd never focus on.
Yeah, I would
just
imagine.
don't. Any sport that I usually play, it's just one of those things where you take one bite at a time.
Yeah, it really is. Just like the game itself, one ball at a time. You know, one element, one variable, one angle. You know, get there, get that one, move on.
I will say something about Jesse's game. Every time I've ever watched that kid play, he is focused and so very serious because he's taking his own game seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to say that there's anybody taking it more serious than him. It's really remarkable. He's running out on Luke right now as we speak. You know, and you call him a kid, but the guy, you know, he's a pretty old guy too. You know, he just looks young. He's one of those people that doesn't even age.
Well, good for him.
You know.
Yeah, but I can see the improvements.
We're gonna be 50 years old, and he's gonna be looking 30.
Yeah, lucky guy. You know, I'm not Asian, but I don't know. But even from last summer, from some of the tournaments, how much he's improved.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see Jesse over there giving dabs over to Nathan and Tor in the lounge area. Jesse has become real good friends with everybody in the Sharky Waters family with his exposure to the show, being the guest 3 times.
Yeah. Little VIP there.
Yeah, well, we had a race to 3 going on, and you know, I unfortunately lost 3 to nothing, and you know, we play a lot more even than that, and I think that stuff's a little bit indicative of me trying to host the show and learning how to do that, and playing with the pressure of inviting friends and family and strangers to watch play.
And you're on camera.
Right, but Jesse was absolutely the person that we chose to play that role of season 1 because of his seriousness and his improvement in the game, and because of his dedication on making himself better. That his game is just always improving so much that it was an obvious decision to choose him.
That's great.
To find somebody that we knew that we could say, like, and here's someone that you can see his game as the season goes on, getting better and better and better. And we started off at Hill Hill, our first race to 7, and our second one to 7 went Hill Hill again. And then the last one, he beat the pants off of me, really. And he beat me here this evening. He played absolutely excellent with those. He had a break and run out to seal the deal. You know, didn't give me a lot of chances. Played real good. We're gonna see him step up and play Matt Wells here. It looks like they just won.
Oh boy.
Matt Wells.
Matt wins.
You're up.
Matt and Jesse, here we go.
Jesse, you're up on the live stream table.
Oh,
Fire in the hole.
Jesse is
You see that?
excited.
And they say data doesn't come out of black holes. What? They're yeah, on that little thing by the door. I guess Matt's gonna take a cigarette break while we get things rolling here. Wait for Luke and Jesse to finish up their chip gambling. Seems Luke's lined up pretty good. Shouldn't be anything stopping him but him.
But try not to laugh about it. I was just trying to be like, alright, let's see the shot.
You hear there, Luke's talking about how he was lazy about it. That happens to us all. It's exhausting. Playing, it's late. I think we're all starting to feel the fatigues of the day. Jesse, man, you know, he's looking like he's fresh, like a baby. He came dressed with everything but a vest.
Yeah, all you need is a bow tie and a vest.
I had my nap today.
He had his nap today. He's clearly got a haircut and a fresh shave.
He'll sing himself a lullaby.
Matt Wells is ready for the flip. Here it comes, folks. I'll give you a good action and view on it. I know Jesse always calls heads. We'll see what Matt says. And it's heads. That means Jesse's gonna break. You can see here, Matt's got a very special ball juggling technique to get the balls in the rack. The 1, the 7, the 8, the 6, the 9, the 5, the 3, the 4, and the 2. You know, that goes in the back because then it makes it harder for the balls to get made. You have to travel a lot of back and forth long ways across the table to get your break and run out when the balls are
One of
stacked
the
like
first
that.
things I was told upon learning how to rack to put the 2 in the back.
You can see Matt offering, he's going all in on his chip bets. Jesse's got him calling his 3. I think it's a generic gold crown. On offer up. That's a pretty good break there.
You know, you're around good pool players when they're talking about gold crowns or buying online
I think I
for
know what
sale,
one you're talking about though.
and they happen to be looking at the same sale.
Shooting right over that 4 ball. That's pretty tough to do.
And he made it.
Yeah, he's gonna get I think he's got a little 6 ball carom. You know, that's when you shoot the cue ball into the lowest number ball, which is the 3 ball right here, and then you have the white ball go into the other ball, which is the 6. He chooses not to do that, play safe. Of course, he's got a more conservative and strategizing brain than I do. I'm more of an attacker and going for it. I need to change that up a little bit and start taking some pages out of Jesse's book.
All balance, right?
Yeah, big time. Now you can see him shooting at that 3 ball. And on my camera screen, it looks like snug deep into the corner is the 1 ball, but it's actually the 5 ball. The coloring is a little weird with these. With these cameras and the lighting.
Nice shot.
It is a nice shot. He's gonna have a good look at the 4 too. I'm telling you, Jesse just shot really good when he played against me. You could tell he was really warming up. I was teasing everybody about me being a Dutch oven, you know, taking a long time to warm up. But once you get warm, it's super, super hot. But I think that he's kind
You're
of
solid.
Yeah, I think he's manifesting into that as we go.
Cooking.
A little cool down right there, though. You know. And of course, you guys know Matt's my guy. You can see there he's wearing a clean slate billiard shirt. That's an old one too, you know. There's newer models of those shirts coming out soon. Slight masse to get around the 8, and gets a good hit on the 4, and almost brings the cue ball off to hit that 5 in. But it's buried in there pretty deep. It's hard to get to. Stun shot that gives you an opportunity to not let the cue ball travel too much whenever after the contact.
But these are the shots that are neat to see how they're going to get the cue ball all the way back down on the right side of the 6.
Yeah, look at that.
And just like that, someday.
I wonder if he's going to go off the cushion first here. That would be a fantastic move. With a top right hand spin on it. Well, he went directly at it. Kind of rolled the dice on hitting that 7. That's what I would try and avoid by hitting the cushion first if I shot that ball. Kind of coming out of that angle a little wider and coming in between the 7 and the 8 ball would have been would have been the route I would have gone. He's made tons of tough shots this evening, though. I don't think he's too concerned, more than just being careful right now. That's not going to do it, though. That's going to leave. That's going to leave back.
Chance lands.
Yeah, came around two rails and
There.
nudged it one more time.
Wow.
That's going to leave Matt something to clean up here. See if he can do it. Just a hungry hippo out there gobbling the balls up off the field. Only 3 of them out there. So. I hate this shot. Even a safety's hard. Looks like he's gonna go 2 rails. Right back in the middle. Yeah, that's gonna be an easy cleanup for Jesse. You can see he's just dressed in all black.
Yeah.
Sleek, real nice outfit.
You know, maybe it's kind of one of those things when you dress for the job and you came dressed and ready to play.
You got it.
Like a
You
uniform.
got it. He's an excellent example of that. Taking his game seriously, taking himself seriously. You know, I'm a really big guy, and Jesse is not. But you would not know that by interviewing our confidence.
Sure.
He's just bigger than life, and I don't know. I really like to see Matt win this whole thing over, sporting the attire of our next season's sponsor. But here we are watching Jesse break open another rack.
Now it's Matthew's turn. Maybe he'll do a little 9-ball run out.
Yeah, you can see he's got a straight open shot at the 1 ball. A little right hand spin will get him some 2 ball. Safetied up. Pretty good. Jesse really taking his time. Ooh, real hard to see here if Matt can get by that 2 ball or not. Maybe if we can't see on any of the other angles either. He did decide to go with his jump cue, though. Let's see if we can get a good angle of him. Yeah, good hit. It's even tracking a little that way. And it'll be Jesse. You can see Brian walking in all swollen, talking about get your gym membership here, work out your body,
Well, he
get
works on
fit,
your
get your
car.
oil changed all in the same day. Here at Trudeau Automotive. Get your game on, get your workout. Get your 1 ball rattled in the corner pocket. Tough shot, but wouldn't be a game if they all fell in every time. That'd be more like skipping rocks.
I'm sure there's a competition for that. I love skipping rocks.
You know, I don't think that there's ever a day where two people are skipping rocks that it's not a competition. I
That's
think by
true.
virtue
It's
of the
all
word,
about
it's
distance or how many ripples.
how many ripples is what it is.
Yeah.
That's 1 point. 1 point, 1 ripple, 1 bounce, 1 skip. We all know that. What's your record, Sam?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to say like 15.
Get the
Oh,
fuck out of
I've
here.
been eating for years.
Get out of here.
I got an arm.
I mean, I've seen some 15s. Don't
It's
get me
like
wrong.
The trick is getting the small ones, the small flat rocks.
Yeah. We all know that. We all know
Small
that.
ones, not the
But
big
still,
ones.
15. That's like.
That's not.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You have to have finesse.
you gotta have the finesse. I don't know if finesse has anything to do with skipping rocks. I tell you what, I've seen some pool players skip jump shots. Like that's possible, like a double jump. Shane Van Booney made a famous one once.
What's your record there, Dom? Let's hear it.
Oh, jeez, I would probably say 15, honestly, but I'm 6'10" and weigh 250 pounds, Samantha.
You're not 6'10".
Well, no, I'm 6'7", but I do weigh 245 pounds.
Well, I'm 5'1".
Well, listen,
I
if you
might
can
lie and say
exaggerate how many
5'2".
skips of stones you're going to do in
You
the
know, we
water,
should
I
go
don't
to
see
the
why
river.
I can't
Let's go.
exaggerate
We'll go
my...
tomorrow.
To the
We can call it
river.
river. Is there a river around here?
Is there a river?
Yeah.
Is there any bodies of water in Western Washington?
But lakes, there might be.
I believe it's called the
Winds.
Puget Sound. It's the body of water.
Do it on the Puget Sound. We can all go
I don't
to
think you
Omak.
skip rocks on the river.
It's like the Pacific Ocean's up there.
No,
A lake?
In Omak, that's how you do
Yeah.
it.
Actually downstream.
Just flow at the same time. I still call BS on saying 15.
We can all
Nice shot, Matt.
go to the river.
You
where
can see that
there's
we're all
hot
sitting here
water,
talking about
calm.
absolutely everything but the game at hand, and Matt is just holding his focus and concentrating through it. We've got a whole entire room. We've got an entire room talking about Mythbusters and skipping rocks and
I'm gonna count them. I'm gonna
feasibility.
record them. I'll record it with my skips.
Great shot there by Matt.
How much you want to bet you
A
cannot?
little over-rolling on that lead. All your chips.
All right, back down the 9.
I think this is going to make this 1-1, right?
Take a wild guess what the record
1-1.
There it is. 1.
Nice shot, Matt.
I like your snaps.
Yeah, thanks. That was taught to me by like some really cool dude in pool hall in Dallas, Texas.
You know what's odd? We did that at leadership camp.
Yeah, we used to do that at the hipster poetry bars in Chelsea, New York. I mean, not really. I mean, I've been there once, and I did go to like a hipster poetry bar, and they did snap, but I've like didn't. I say that like I lived there, but I didn't. I don't know. I don't know anything about that culture, but I do like the idea of bringing it into pool, and I've noticed that more and more people do it. My brother does it, and I do it, and you know, I know that's kind of a trend that's kind of picking up around here. I think it's real complimentary and cool and
Yeah.
very subtle to the show. Oh, look, you can see the lovely Jacqueline just stepped in. There she is, walking in, saying hello, giving the old classic blessing right hand on the shoulder routine. That's very Latin in culture. My tias all do that. Like warding off the evil spirits of the person as you touch them, you know, blessing them.
That's saving ammo right there.
I like the better one of Randy Johnson. Like in that fucking kitchen.
No, it's actually a bomb.
Matt's removing the magic rack so he can get a good look. He's got some push options. Of course, that's when he can push the ball anywhere he wants to, and if Jesse doesn't like it, he can return the shot to Matt and make him shoot it.
Option.
Yeah, but looks like Jesse's gonna go ahead and take it.
Jesse's hungry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Attaboy. Nice
That was kind of a two-way shot. Looked like he was going for the carom and got lucky with the 9, or was going, or with the 1, or he was going for the bank with the 1 and almost got a bonus on the 2 ball. Luckily he didn't though. That's kind of a ticket to get to a good leave on the 4 ball, which he totally does. Great shot. He's in a real opportunity to get out here now. The biggest problem of the table is the 4 and the 6 ball being stuck together. A nice clean straight line alignment shot with some draw on it. There it is. Oh, so close. Such a game of millimeters.
Isn't that difficult though if you're on the rail and
Oh yeah,
to
absolutely.
put a draw on the cue ball?
Absolutely. Because your cue is kind of pointing downward. That's a little masse spin onto the balls. Matt goes for a safety there, you can see. He's a little further out than I think he wanted to be, but he's looking pretty good. We'll see, it's a tough shot. You see DJ Cosmo there, one of my very, very close best friends, and his crazy, wacky hair. You think that stuff is nuts? You should hear his music. You should see his art. You should speak with the guy for a moment if you had a chance to listen to him on the commentary. He's got an absolutely fascinating brain. It would have been nice to see him playing pool, but of course he was busy helping out.
All right, I'm signing off. It has been a pleasure.
Oh,
I'm gonna go take a smoke break.
lucky you.
With Luke. Luke is gonna stand in.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll catch him up on what we've got going on here. Can you bring me an iced tea before you head out? Thank you so much. So you know where we're at in the bracket, right? These guys are playing on the B side. They're working their way up, and they're waiting for Mr. Trudeau. They're fighting to get to Mr. Trudeau. He's like the big boss at the end of a level, right before the final bad guy.
He's Bowser.
I think right now technically Jeff Jerome is Bowser.
Oh, I got you. So he's the princess then.
Sold.
So are these guys in the money yet?
The winner of this match will be.
Okay, so we're paying 3 spots then, right?
Yeah, they're paying 3. We're paying 3 out. My plan's straight up because it was getting late early. If that even makes sense at all, which it doesn't. But I was gonna split the pot with whoever I got in there with, because that's pretty strong earnings. You can split and get 110.
Oh, there you go.
You know, first place is gonna get 150. Too good. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. How strong is that?
That's a pretty strong shot. He's got to do another pretty hard shot here, though.
Yeah, you can see there's a thin cut right there. He's got to come up right, like as if he's gonna hit the corner piece of that.
Oh, nice shot.
Yep. He's gonna push the 6 ball a little bit. Some bank shot
Maybe a
opportunity.
little tough, but he can get out there. He's gonna get safe here, though. Maybe.
Yeah. Snugged up right behind that 9.
So what's the
For
score?
the
here?
8. 1-1. Thank you, Matt. See, I'm here alone in the booth.
Nice shot, Jesse. So do you have any good bets with your chips? Did you win any good ones?
That's a good question. I won a couple small ones, some here and there. I think my biggest was a $4 bet against Jimmy when I played him. You got to hand it to that guy. He's not afraid to bet and gamble with you.
He don't care. He's gonna play.
Yeah,
I think my best one I did 6 against Jesse, flipping a coin.
yeah. Jesse's a gambling guy like that too. That's a good 50-50 bet. You can get the money up there on a 50-50.
We got in trouble in Lincoln City for throwing quarters against the wall for $1.
Yeah,
Person
you know,
closest.
I believe that.
The casino didn't really like it. We were gambling out in the
I get that. They got slot machines downstairs for you can do that with. And of course, here at Sharky Water season finale of season 1, no money is actually being exchanged. This is all for theatrical purposes. So. The magic of Hollywood here, folks. You can see Jesse's gonna go upward and onward and over. Wham!
shot.
You can hear he got some snaps from the crowd. A soft little bounce off the cushion there. He's gonna leave him really nice. Yeah, that shot was about as smooth as this guy's outfit and attire. I'm telling you, I've just been real impressed with this guy the more and more I've known him. We've probably known each other about a year or so. I'm waiting for Zuckerberg to remind me. I'm sure it'll be tomorrow.
It's getting pretty close.
Yeah, it's getting close. I'm sure it's going to come in anytime soon, though.
I've known Jesse a little bit longer, but I can tell you that he's made a huge improvement in his game in the last year and a half.
Got him.
Commentator.
Sharked him good, yeah.
He's got him hooked though. He's got to go to the air.
You can see there, Matt's breaking it down. Breaking down his cue so that he can get that jump cue ready.
This is a tough one too, because if you get that 8 ball too thin, you will scratch in that corner.
Yeah. Now that's what I call a commentary curse. Holy smokes, folks. Did you see that? I don't know if you guys heard, but Luke over here's got a goddamn crystal ball.
Only because I've taken that shot many times.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've scratched it the same way.
Yeah, they call that empirical knowledge, you know, because it's happened to me. See here, Jesse's lining up another arrow at the target and smack right in the center.
2-1 Jesse.
Come on, Matt. Got Matt throwing the balls up there. He's got that very ununique technique of putting the 1 ball in the front and the 9 ball in the middle. Everybody does that. I've done that. Yeah. Good break. The wing ball rattles. Nothing else goes. It's all not even gravitating towards the hole except for the 8 ball. Got a fin. Got 2 fins, but nothing dropped in. Fin to fin and nothing dropped in. They're fins. They're not t-shirts coming near you soon. Good table spread layout here.
4 balls to what's up. That's about it looks like.
Yeah, but you know, I think it goes off of the 3. It's got to get good, real precise position on the 3 ball. But you just got to float out past the 8 ball, and it's got plenty of room. Here he goes. Here he goes. Here he goes. He nailed it. You see his pace slows down a bit because he realizes he's got an opportunity to close out right here. Close the gap.
That's something I struggle with. As closer it gets to the end of the rack, the faster I'm moving. It'll be something that I do.
Yeah, me too.
That's how you miss.
Really got to slow down. And look, you can see he just nailed it. Absolutely perfect. Like you said, it's a tough position, but he's put himself there. If he can bear down and get this ball in, get a good leave on the 5, which is no walk in the park.
He's got the 8-ball there with a little bit of draw. He can run into that and get easy shape on it if he doesn't overthrow it. Or hit it hard.
It's a long table, man. That shot's probably got about as many inches of felt as you can handle. There might be about 3 or 4 inches behind the cue ball before you hit the corner pocket.
It looks mighty straight, too.
It is. It's pretty dang straight. I mean, Pythagorean's theorem will tell you a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So you got the short rail and the 2 long rails, those things. The hypotenuse is as long as that ball can travel. Won't get any further. And you can see he missed it by a bunch.
Just like thanks.
Yeah, I only lay on, I only chum up the water thick in the shark tank here for Jesse because he's like a seasoned veteran and I know that he can handle it. That was a tough shot either way, if I was quiet or if I wasn't.
He did run off screen and try a little though.
Yeah, well, yeah, and truth be told, I did say that Matt was my pony here, so a little bit of biased action happens. It's true, it's true.
No, that's the same.
The game is rigged.
For the break pod over your place.
What's that?
That was the same shot I did for the break pod. Remember?
Yeah, it was on the
4-ball or
6th.
5-ball?
The 4-ball he shot, but it was the 6-ball when Jeff shot it. Yeah, absolutely was the same shot.
Ended up breaking up the shot, but he ended up with the 2-ball in the corner and the 6-ball down here.
Oh, yeah.
Dead straight
Just
in.
dead straight, yeah.
That's the hardest shot in the pool.
Yeah, 100%. Especially if you're trying to go somewhere with it. Then you're not just trying to let it cue ball fly.
You can see there that cue ball is right on the fin of the side pocket, and it's a super easy shot to go in if you're on the right side of the table. Matt's on the left side of the table though, so he's got to do some thinking about that and how he's going to do it. Whichever way it goes in, it's going to move the cue ball a bunch, which is not ideal because, of course, if you get a stop shot right there, then the 9 is easy on the opposite side. Little there and back, big bite on the cushion. Jesse's gonna gobble that up like a hungry hippo. Nom 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 on one of them. Nom 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 on that one.
There you go, Jesse.
And there you have it. Jesse Bergman, folks, wiping up the table with Matthew Wells on his birthday. Who does that?
That's just rude.
This guy came in dressed like a goddamn funeral happened and is like beating everybody.
Johnny Cash is the Man in Black.
I'm
He's the
totally impressed by Jesse's fortitude here.
what's that?
Now this is a good match.
I've never
we have
been there,
to
but I'll
do.
take your word for it. He does look like a bartender set up that way.
Eric, you ready to come commentate?
Hey Brian, all your remaining chips on this one. I know I got you covered.
Yeah, Jeff,
All right.
come on over here and commentate
That good?
this match.
Taking Jesse?
Yeah.
Come tell us what it's like to be sitting on ice this whole time. You can see Jeff's. Yeah, you can see Jeff had to stretch himself out of that chair. He's been in there for a minute. And
Well, if I don't fall out of my own chair.
hey, wait a minute. You're
Oh,
getting the
I'm-
break? I thought I was getting the break. You're staying here,
my
Luke.
bad. I'll stay here.
Yeah.
I was trying to cheat here.
Here, let me show you this button right here. You just click it, and it switches the camera from one to the other and talk into that microphone. Yep. This is the one that the people can see, and this is the one, if you want them to see it, you hit it and it'll switch it.
So Jeff, how's it been sitting here on the point for what seems to be quite a while now? How long's it been since you played your last game? That's quite a bit.
Got a long rail here. Let's see what Jesse's gonna
There we
pull
go. Now
off.
we
As
can
he...
see you. Just so you know, your mic was off there for a minute.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, we were talking.
Oh,
It
nice.
wasn't working.
Nice.
Bad. I probably touched something.
It's all good in the hood.
There's too many buttons back here.
All right. Well, Brian's got a nice thin cut on this ball. He's got to watch out for the 5 ball. Oh, yeah.
It looks like it's going to give Jesse the same shot, just a little bit longer.
Yeah. See, I don't like this myself. I'm playing safety here. I'm not trying to make this ball. Oh, hit it good. Probably had a little better look at it than it looked like from here. Oh, looks like we might lose Luke to go play a little match over there against Matt. Hit that nice and good, nice and clean, nice in line.
Eric, we need you to jump in for a minute.
You can play this 2 ways. You can play a stop shot or drop back and do that.
Apparently, I got told I don't get to go play. I got to sit here and commentate with you.
I think he drew that a little further than he wanted to, though. It looks like probably going to shoot this one into the side pocket, and go down to the end rail and back up.
Yep, nice little stun shot.
Yep. Oh. Oh, left a duck with natural shape. Don't have to do anything except make that one.
It's only $700.
It's not mine.
It was my BK rush. Oh,
For sale.
I had a good point. I do have a nice out, Brian.
Hit that 9 ball with authority. That run was amazing. The focus and concentration on that is just...
Jumping in. All right, it looks like Sam's going to jump back in for me so I can go play some pool. Hold on. We all have.
Resent that, Mark. Resent that.
All right, let's see if Brian can break this and control his rock. Oh, he had it, but he got a... Oh, that's no love right there, because, I mean, he had it, and then all of a sudden it got kicked up to the end rail and into the side pocket, so...
He needs to watch another YouTube video on breaking.
Right? Sometimes it's not about how hard you hit them, it's all about controlling that rock and making sure you have shape on the 1 ball.
Yeah, Daniel. He has a soft break. It's a beautiful spread, and he usually runs them out.
So it looks like all he needs to do is play this in the side pocket and stun it down. Looks like this one's just going to be a nice, easy draw shot, just to bring it back, stun it up to the middle of the table. And go underneath the 7 ball. Oh, I wonder. This one's just going to be a nice little jam it into the corner pocket and come off the side rail and back up for the 6 ball. Have to hit this one with a little momentum though because of the angle he's got. There you go. Hitting good. This one looks like can't tell from the angle here. It might go just straight into the rail or draw underneath the 9 ball and go 2 rails. Ooh. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. Gave himself too much of an angle on the 7 ball. Let's see if he can pull off a good shot here to get back down on the 9. Hit it good.
That'll work.
Yep, hit it good.
I have to bring up the fact that I'm probably the newest player here, and you are the most experienced. So, the commentating.
You gonna learn something now?
I will. I'm gonna do my best.
We got onesies going on, so that was a good out by Jesse. Brian's in his usual position.
Racking him up.
You look good right there, Brian. Right? All right. Well, let's see if Jesse can control that rock. Hit it nice and strong. Got a shot on the 1 ball, and looks like he's got the angle to come back down here to get on the 2 ball. Got a lot of balls in the way. Let's see how he's going to do this. Looks like he should just go. He's going to draw it 2-3 rails. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. You got to hit that pretty good, trying to get around all those balls to get back down on 2 balls. So he ended up hooking himself behind the 7 ball. It's almost breakfast time. He eat his Wheaties. Yeah.
He almost made
Yeah,
that.
hit it pretty good.
Yeah.
Got a really good leave out of this now. Now Brian, he should be looking at his safety here, not trying to make this ball.
I'm gonna guess he's gonna go for it.
He's
though.
gonna go for it though. He's gonna try to shoot down. He can play out
On
the
the
4
rail.
ball. Yeah, see, to me that's just a low percentage shot. You know. But he ended up getting pretty good leave out of it on Jesse. Jesse's gonna have to. Oh, looks like he can cut it. If he cuts it, he hits it nice and soft. He can still get a good leave out of this and get on that 3 ball. He's got to hit it nice and soft though. Just enough to make it. One thing I've seen is a lot of these guys have a tendency to overhit balls. And that's just my point of view, but
Yeah, if you watch Matt, he strokes him. There we go.
yeah,
Crazy.
got a lot less control. If you think about golf and pool, you look at those 2 scenarios, you know, a golf stroke is, you know, all the momentum is going back. It's nice and smooth, right? And when you're going to hit the ball, that's when all the power comes in. But with pool, you've got this felt, this slate. You don't have to hit balls hard to get the 2 ball to where you got to go. So you got more control when you hit balls softer.
A lesson I need to learn.
This should be a nice easy out. Looks like he should just follow this forward and shoot the 8 ball in the side pocket for shape. Let's see if he does that.
As long as he takes his time, he should be able to get out of this.
Yeah.
Sometimes
yeah,
he rushes himself.
This is just a little foot and a half draw, and he should be good. But no. Let's draw it 5 feet when you only have to draw it 2. That's all right. Oh, jeez.
Okay. Told him to take his time.
Well, the only thing he got out of this was a decent lead, so Jesse's got a bank shot. This is almost a two-way shot, too. He can play this bank shot and leave the cue ball on the end rail and leave him bad. Yeah, see? Left the cue ball perfect, just in case he missed us it. Wow, Brian sold the farm on that shot. Shot a little fast and gets you every time.
It's not Jesse's birthday.
I was going to say, it's Matt's birthday,
Yeah,
not
it's not
Jesse's.
You got a banana hammock. So now we're at 2-1.
2-1 Jesse. Let's see. Yeah, you stroked it right into the rail. Alright, so went to play it safe behind that 3-ball and overdid it a little bit, so let's see what Brian does here. Where is he gonna get behind that? He's got him behind the 3-ball, but not quite behind the 6-ball where he wanted him, so it's a relatively easy kick. Jesse's got to try to hit this and get a safe out of it. Well, he didn't quite get what he wanted, but Brian's going to be able to play an easy save here. And he should, let's see how he does this. He should get that cue ball up behind the 8-ball. Hit it too hard. See, if he puts that with a little bottom draw on that, bottom left-hand English, he can get that thing to hit the rail and spin down there behind the 9, or behind the 8, my bad. Well, looks like we got some safety action going here. I see a jump cue coming. Big key here is making that 2-ball and being able to get back on the 3. Let's see if he can pull that off. That's half of it. There you go. Now he's got...
Around that 9?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, he's straight in on the side pocket. Can't. It looks like he's got to make this and get between the 9 and the... Oh, I was going to say he had to get between those 2 balls to get on the 4-ball. I think a shot like that, sometimes the miss is because he's focused too much on going between the 9 and the 7 instead of making the ball. So this seems, let's see what's he got. He's got 4-ball. 4-ball, I can't tell. Looks like he might be able to just make the 4 and go to the side rail and then the end rail and come down underneath the 6-ball and shoot it up in the other corner pocket. Oh, he's jacking up, so that means he's got to come under the 7-ball instead of going around it. Hit that pretty sporty. Left himself a funny angle though, so. Now let's see. Let's see how he's going to play this. There's a couple of options here of going around 3 rails to come around back to the middle of the table. Yeah. Was able to hit that fuller than I thought from the angle we had, so I was able to just go 1 rail and get on this. Now they're gonna have to hit this one pretty good to get all the way back down there on that 8 ball though. If he wanted to be cute, he could bank it in this cross bank in the side pocket and get down there, but it looks like he's gonna give this a whack and try to go. Yeah. Now if he's gonna get down there. Oh, came up a little short, but I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. Is he left-handed or right-handed? If he's left-handed, this is pretty
No,
easy.
he's right-handed.
Yeah, so it
His
makes
gloves on his left.
I wouldn't know. I don't wear gloves.
Nor do I.
I know people. A lot of people wear them. I never have.
I don't like gloves in the winter. Or
Right.
even like tube socks that they used to make us wear.
Oh yeah.
You know, I just, ugh, no thank you.
Looks like he's gonna play safety here. All he's got to do is,
Wait, that behind the back stuff.
I wouldn't be doing that for the money right here. I mean, this if he battles this, he's gonna sell the farm.
You know, you mentioned a safety, and the fact is that
Don't. That's
Dom
a
mentioned
high
it
risk.
earlier, was that safeties are ego shots. They're hard. You have to swallow your pride and say, you know what?
Yeah. Yeah. That could cost him the match, just that shot right there, just shooting behind his back, and then all of a sudden Brian makes this, and maybe get a possible 9-ball break or break and run. And
This is all the hard work.
yeah, that's a 2-2 set.
Here we go.
Right. For all the marbles. I got 5 that says Sam over here wins the match. Wins the match. You got action?
When I first started playing, Dom had an apprentice who was helping him build tables.
Oh yeah.
And Brian and him would have, he and I play against each other, and it was just so nerve-wracking. It was for $5, but
see,
I was a nervous wreck.
had a good break, but didn't get any love on that 2-ball. The key here is, okay, it looks like he's going to kick at it, so he's got to play smart. He's got to kick it up to the end rail. Yes. Oh, he got away with it, though. I mean, he corner pocket blocked by the 8 balls, so. But it looks like it's not that tough of a cut into the side pocket. And with that, he's also got natural shape to get on that 4 ball if he makes this ball too, so. Sitting up like this is burning my neck. Let's see if Jesse can handle the pressure with the hill match and get overjuiced that one a little bit. Huh?
Locked himself up. Oh, hey there. We have Molly Oliver and Sean Lewis coming in.
Hey.
Coming to say hi.
Sean in the house, Molly in the house. Well, it looks like he's gonna Try to get up and over this ball. Oh. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh!
Wow.
Nice hit, Jesse.
Attaboy, Jesse.
Right? Well, with
Ryan
this
was up and
right
out of
here,
his
this
seat.
is,
Waiting for that
This-
ball in hand.
yeah, kind of saw this one coming. Except he should have played him tighter on that 8-ball instead of just kind of hitting it. If he gets him up closer to it and makes him go multiple rails to get to that ball instead of being able to kick at it
Sure.
wide open.
Yeah.
This shot is relatively easy to get a good hit. The key here for Jesse is, not only getting the hit, but looking for somewhere he can get safe with this ball. It almost looks like he can go straight at it almost and come off the end rail and, yep, and kick it out. Yeah. But there again, oh!
Wow. The luck and 9-ball.
How's that knife in the back?
Looks like Eric the Clock Doctor is taking a little nap.
Right?
A little tired.
Tired. Let's see, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I got up at 4:45 this morning. Nah. I'm surprised my eyes are still open, to tell you the truth.
For love of the game.
Right? Got a little excited on that. Yeah, see, that's
Left
that
himself
right
on
there.
6.
That right there is just a little adrenaline rush, making that ball in the corner pocket and then getting funny on the 6-ball. So it looks like he should be able to. I can't tell. Might be able to go 2 rails down to the end rail. Oh, he did the same thing he did with. Yeah, he's gonna get funny on this one too.
This one he struggled to get it up there a little more.
Yeah.
Or was that the 8-ball last time?
It was the 8-ball last time. This one, all he's got to do is, if he jacks up on a little bit and just draws it in between the 8 and the 9 down to the end rail and back up, it looks like that's the angle he's got. But he's looking at it kind of funny, so we'll see.
By the head nod, it looks like he's made a decision.
Oh, he's going to let the rock go here, so. Oh, missed it. Oh, is he going to get love again? Oh,
Nelly.
right in the way. Wow.
That is some love. My goodness gracious.
Well, that's 9-ball for you, Get, oh, that's no good. I think Brian's just frustrated with the outcome of that 7-ball lead.
Well, and in this particular match, he hasn't had very much time to warm up.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, Jesse's been in stroke. Brian's got to run, a couple balls.
Yeah. Well, this should be a no-brainer. Just pocket it in the corner pocket, drop back a little bit, and shoot it in the side pocket. Oh, see, that's what. He's gonna get him again.
Oh
Gonna get him
my.
again.
Wow.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
So Jeff, would you play safe after trying to hit this, or what would you do?
No, you're pretty much. Well, for me, I'm not as tall as Brian, so I'd have to play safe. Try to kick at it. Oh, he's gonna. Oh. Brian's getting no love in this game. But I mean, here again, looks like the angle he's got that he needs to roll it forward a little bit.
So Jesse does it again.
Yeah, I can't see if he's. Looks like.
Didn't want to make a mistake twice.
Right. Well, he got a little bit of love this match, so.
A couple lucky rolls.
It is what it is in this game.
Oh. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. Jesse wins it 3-2. Brian for third place.
On to the next. Looks like we're having Dom come back in here for the finals. Here he is.
You're up.
Looks like we're having Dom McHenry and Sean Lewis come and commentate.
That'll be for Sean. Here I am. Yeah. Molly.
Ooh, and Molly Oliver.
Better late than never. Sean was supposed to be season 1, episode 1's guest.
Yeah.
Better late than never. Molly was supposed to be a guest also. Better late than never.
Here we are.
Good to get you guys. Can we get you anything like a watch, a calendar?
You want some booze?
No, thank you though.
The mic thing?
Yeah, you got a mic right here.
Okay.
There's headphones if you want to hear what it sounds like. Molly, you can have this mic here. Yep, right here. Sean, you scoot over here. I'm gonna get in a little. Yeah, go. Don't be afraid to get close to Molly.
All right.
No, a little closer, a little closer. That's good. That's good.
Okay, so this is good.
See, this is the screen that the people can see, and this is the screen that we can see, but we can switch it over by pushing that button. So you can see there, they're gonna lag. They're gonna do a race to 3. You guys know how to play 9-ball?
I've played a few games. I mean, there's always more to learn.
You want some of this?
No, I don't. I don't want any of that. Thank you, though.
So this is the finals.
Yeah, Jesse asked for a 2-minute break. Probably
Yeah.
smoking some cannabis, I would imagine.
No, he doesn't do that.
Yeah, it's just.
I lost a little bit of sleep last night. I was talking earlier on the commentary about how I stayed up late last night doing psychedelics. So I played a little fatigued today, but.
What are we doing the race?
3. Yeah. Race to 3.
Twice?
No, just once.
What are they playing for?
First place gets 150, second place gets 70.
Nice.
Well, that's a good difference.
Yeah, what we wound up doing was we had 5 people buy in for $25, guaranteed spots. That was me, Brian, Jesse, Matt, and Eric. And then everyone else who showed up paid $10 on a raffle ticket, and we drew 5 names out of the hat. And all of the money went in. So not everybody got to play, but it jacked the pot up in a higher way. That the pot's bigger than normal on a Tuesday night around here, you know.
Right.
I think there's about $60 or $70 floating around in poker chips that people bought into too. You can gamble with. There's 2
yeah,
here.
like throw them up before the
Yep,
rack.
yep,
And, yeah.
yep. There's 2 to
I
bet
have
with.
2 of them in my purse.
Who do you got? Someone's got. I got 2 on someone. Who do you guys want? Who are we going with in the commentary booth? We got 2 on it.
I don't know. How
Well,
have they been playing?
I'm gonna go Jesse.
I was gonna take
Jeff.
youth
This is 2 on Jesse.
experience here.
Ooh.
We're going youth. We're going youth.
He's dressed for success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Which is
And
weird.
he looks like he's really short.
it's already been referenced by Tor that Jesse came in straight off of his cello recital. Referenced by me that he just came from a funeral.
The uniform of the security guards.
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
worked at
Stanley and
before.
Seafort's bartending has also been come
Yeah.
up. So
Well, could be also a busboy.
So he's doing it. I'm sorry.
3.
Made a ball.
Made a couple balls.
They've both been playing good. These are the 2 guys I lost to. I drew Jeff the first match. We went hill.
Yeah, so he made
Who played most recently? Who's been sitting a while?
Jeff's been sitting a while. About an hour.
Can you see it?
Yeah, made a ball up until the 1, but the 6 is tied up.
Just playing safe. Oh, shoot.
No, he broke
Stop.
it out. That was
Nice.
the trick of that rack, was to be able to break that ball out and then.
You can see how much Molly Oliver knows about the game.
Hey, I'm just trying to get serious.
You want some of this?
Totally.
You want some of that?
Happy birthday, Sean and Hitch.
Yay. Yeah, thank you.
Is that one for you? You guys are so cute. Look at you guys.
These are our beers.
Yep.
I think that he can draw back for the short side on the 3 here.
Look at that. What's Sean Lewis know about the game? He played safe on himself.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm
It's
not.
his birthday, don't judge him.
Happy birthday, man. By the way.
Thank you.
41 years? How many days old is that?
I don't know.
Well, 27 is when you hit 15,000.
That's random.
It's just simple math, Molly.
I mean, yeah, obviously you just did it in your head
Yeah,
right now.
that's a good number. I was thinking around that. I mean, counting leap years and stuff.
Well, we said.
Give you a cable lock because I gotta get to bed. Yeah, get to sleep tomorrow.
Cool. I'll bring it back down tomorrow morning.
I want to thank Brian for providing the facilities here.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. That's a good thing he's doing.
Full of what? Oh, yeah, I know.
See Jeff's breaking down for a jump cue.
Yeah, I think he's gonna jump this ball. I think that's the right thing to do. Really. 6-7 is a little tied up, so really just making a good hit here could lead to some benefit.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday nights. Why?
Because we need some ball in our lives at the turn.
Okay, good.
Here Jeff's about to take off.
Made a solid contact, which is really all you're
Oh,
trying
there
to
it goes.
Got a little love. It's 9 ball.
Yep.
For the good hit.
That's 9 ball. People don't like the 9 ball. Like, oh, you gotta roll. I'm like, dude, that rolls.
They go
even
both
in
ways.
a short period of time, they equalize more than people think. People don't see it when they get the roll.
Right. Well, it's
like
a
they do when the other guy does.
horrible human tendency to
Favor yourself.
And
Have you ever been the villain in any story that involves you in your life, no?
Yeah, actually.
You can say that to both of us.
Yeah, I have.
Not while it was happening, though.
No.
I'm not talking about after the fact.
No.
That's-
Everything,
and
all
you're-
my villainry comes in hindsight.
Every single person on the planet is wired exactly like that.
Yeah. I mean, I am the main character of my story, that's for
Well, of
certain.
course you are.
And sometimes my story is a tragedy, and that tragedy unfolds in all kinds of, self-inflicted error. But I think that's one of the beauties of the game.
Yeah, no, you're still the hero.
You get to
even
go
if
out.
you're-
Yeah.
And well,
Does the 6 go?
I think the 6-7 combo is
That's
the
a.
I think you guys are putting the buggy in front of the horse here. Wonder if the 5 goes.
the 5 definitely went. However, he didn't make it. We were just considering strategy.
Yeah. They call that strategy.
Well, I
You know?
think actually what happened here is he hit the 5, and then he moved the 6-7 combo to be way easier now. So I think Jesse can just play to make the 5.
Yeah, you can kind
And
of
just
go
go
around
around the 9
or
like that with a little inside to shorten it up.
And the little safety's still there.
see outfit.
Or the combo's still there. Sorry,
I
the
think the
safety.
combo's
but-
easier than it was.
Yeah,
when
big time.
Jeff had it was more off angle and he moved it.
Yeah.
It's like situation like that's like worst case. You're like, not only did I make it to where he could make the ball, but I made it easier to run out even by the way that the ball's moved.
Mm-hmm. You can see Molly's using her hands for Sean to talk. Can't really see.
Pass out.
I'm just acting like
Nice
I'm at work.
shot.
We have to use the mic at work.
For your DJing gig.
Yeah. Well, you got to make sure that you're heard.
No.
Hey, look, there it is.
No.
I'm
Looking
holding the
looking
mic,
great.
Just trying to, yeah. Just covering up.
Behind the mic. And behind the mic tonight is Molly Oliver. Meanwhile, Jesse makes it easy work of those last 3 balls.
Yeah.
I think you're just making
You guys can't
yourself
see
more
that, but yeah,
conspicuous when you
yeah,
do
we'll
that
take
ball.
that.
Just act natural. I
Sorry,
mean, you
Jesse.
are acting natural, but pretend not to be natural. Like act like you've been there before.
Where?
Like you're a statue.
I know.
Now you guys can see here, Jeff's like pretty unique in how he racks the balls. He puts the 1 ball in the front.
Yeah, I
You'll see he
heard
puts the 9
in the middle, like
yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Most people do
So
that.
basic.
The real
Basic
question
beat.
is, where's the 8 ball?
See, he's gonna put it close to the 2 ball.
See,
Yeah, I already knew that. You see, I'm looking through
well,
my...
there's a trap game that you can gamble at. I don't know if you're aware of the. If you give somebody, if you're a much better player, I used to play this game where you give them the 7 and the last 2, playing 9 ball. But then when you rack, so if you, which means is that if you make the 8, if that's the last 2 balls, the 8 or whatever is the last 2 balls, so
So
you
you
win.
rack to
But
make.
you always can have the 7 as your option. But when you do, if you rack the 8 ball on the wing, and they make the 8 on the break, now the last 2 is just the 7 ball. So you're actually eliminating the last 2 elements of the game by how you rack the balls.
So
And that's assuming you're racking for your opponent.
Nice shot, Jesse.
Good jump shot, Jesse.
That's how it's not.
A lot of jump shots made tonight. Jeff made 2 of them. I made 2 of them. Jesse's made several of them.
I think everyone that I've seen has been a good hit, at least, which is pretty strong.
Yeah. You can see.
Jesse's looking good here. Just need to make the 3 on the side, roll forward to like half court so you can shoot the 4.
Yeah, he's moving around that table real well, man, like a brown stallion horse with skates on, you know?
Weird analogy.
I can't, it's going to take me too long to figure out if that means
Like,
anything.
why brown?
It doesn't. It's
so
an
many
Outcast
questions.
lyric.
Yeah.
That's all. It's not even mine.
I mean, yeah.
Or maybe a white stallion horse with skates on.
Sean's birthday, celebrating. He got
Hey
work
guys,
early.
it's my birthday.
Sean's birthday.
23,000 days old.
It's actually a
I feel
little less. I've just been thinking about it. It's like, so 27 years
Yeah.
is 15,000.
Yeah.
He said that already.
Twen-
That's cheating.
So
27, the 6th month of your 27th year, actually. To be
So that means
exact.
that 41 and a half would be 22.5. So that means that like 41 is like 1.5 years. That's
You're taking this awful seriously.
500 days. So it's about 21,000 days ish.
Congratulations, man. That's phenomenal. You gonna look a day over 22,000 days.
Thank you. I mean, I feel like I'm older than that, but
When you
I told
act
somebody I
like
work with that I was 41. He's like, "Oh shit, I thought you were my age." And I was like, "How old are you?" 32.
55? Oh.
I was like,
You're only as old as you feel.
Yeah.
no. Please no.
No.
I think you can relate, Dom. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
I got a.
With the 50-year-old legs?
With my
Yeah.
50-year-old leg. Yeah, seriously.
Oh, just one.
Yeah. Well, my other one is real fine. It's about
yeah?
a 37-year-old leg.
It's yeah.
Hey. Are you
Average
wearing your
age
little
for his
squeezy brace?
lifespan.
I am. Check me out, man. I got like the LL Cool J going on now.
You're good.
Feels pretty good, but it's a little annoying after a while.
Is that helping? I know you said you had
Yeah, it is.
something that wasn't healing
Nice
up.
shot,
Yeah, it's
Jesse.
a
That's a
circulation
great
issue. We
stroke.
were talking
Oh,
about that earlier, and like
that's right.
fighting through health and fatigue issues, and having that be like a therapy for your mind, but also like a struggle in your mind to like know that you're not coming out there with your strongest game and your strongest body. That's like a part of resiliency.
I feel like Black is slimming, but it's even more so on Jesse.
I don't know
You don't
that you
do
can
it to-
slim Jesse
you
down
can't.
at
You
all.
did. It happened. There it is.
There was
That
never a
is
time in
slimmed
my
down.
life when I ever thought that he was
Oh, no,
anything
no, no.
but slim
Not saying
or slimmer.
I'm just saying it's really showing it off.
The suit?
The best part of it.
I'm gonna start
I had a
working
kid.
on black.
On a mission here from the beginning. You could tell by the way
Cut his
James,
hair. wore his outfit.
Fake it to make it, dress for success. We don't know what's going on here, but it's one or the other.
What did he race for?
3. This is 2 nothing.
2-0. And that was a break and run. A very nice one.
Yeah, he broke and ran out on me too. 1 rack.
No excuses.
No,
Should have
no,
rounded
there
worse.
weren't.
Shouldn't have
There
been breaking.
weren't
Should have
any
won the leg.
excuses. Yeah. I ran one out on him too, but in the end, it's a brutal, punishing game that we play.
Staring at me. Above it.
You want him to stare at you?
Hey,
It's staring at me.
we're watching pool right now.
No, but that's watching me. I won't.
Yep, there you go.
Alright, looks like he's got action here.
No, you're all gonna stare at Molly for a second though again. She asked for it. I like your one eye though. That's funny.
Well, I gotta be able to see you.
All right, you're off the hook.
Am I?
Yeah. See here, Jesse's. That camera angle's not too good.
Yeah, the lighting makes that cloth look really bright. It's hard to see. It's hard to see the position of the balls.
I don't know where we are now. There we go.
Looks like he's doing a little bit of jump action here. He's using his jump cue or his break cue, which is you can do those little short jumps. Like just if you're trying to jump the edge of the ball.
I like to call those a skip.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Those types of jumps are actually really good to shoot with your break cue.
We had a conversation earlier that looked like Samantha trying to say that she has skipped a rock on the water 15 times. Do you believe that?
Why should that be? If you don't have video, it didn't happen.
Yeah, Pixar didn't happen.
I mean, I've only skipped a rock
And she
like
did say
26
guesstimate,
times.
so anybody that uses that word, I don't believe.
I mean, you know, since we're not proving anything today.
Luke was ready to drive.
The question really has
skipping as far as
that
superior sounds.
when and where was it that it happened?
Yeah,
She can't remember.
details.
When and where?
Yeah.
Sam, when and where? Wow.
She
okay,
doesn't
never
know the
know,
area
never
very
know.
well. Fancy that.
I think he was going for a safety there. Probably left a
Sorry.
little more exposed than what he wanted to.
I would like to commentate better, but
Oh, it's late.
my birthday.
It's late.
It's my birthday. Was my birthday 2 hours ago.
2 hours ago.
Was that a river too?
What is time?
I've been catching up since then.
Yeah.
Since I had my son and then I had to work.
Awesome. How's Logan?
It's like the most
He's awesome. You know how kids are.
Yeah, absolutely. I know how he is
better.
too.
Our go-to place. Like that place is so
Uh-oh.
pretty.
It is amazing.
I
You
am
start
going.
having
This will be my
discussions
third year straight.
Yeah.
Every year.
with your kids, and you're like, wow, I remember when you were just
And we stay. They're
a
all
little
their
squirt.
families over there.
Yeah.
Literally. We're like arguing about potty training. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't lose. You're losing the crowd. Yeah. See.
I think Jeff has to just
I do
make
have
this
a
an
group
aside.
that goes.
Nope.
But it's a
Forward.
question of where
Oh,
we're
you
staying.
tried
A lot
to
of
do this a bit
insiding.
more than I thought.
Yeah.
Just like the
But you didn't get on it.
And they're trying to sell it, so we might actually be at the campground.
Jesse's got some work to do here.
I know.
See what he does.
But
This
we have,
is
like,
what's
bases,
tricky. It's
like,
hard to see
there's,
from the monitor
like,
if he
an
can
aunt
hit
that has
it
a place,
straight
and
on.
they shower there, and
I
they're
think he can hit the
shit
right
like that.
side of the 3, which would probably give him a safety option. I don't think that he could bank it. If he could bank it in the side, that would be
He's gonna be safe right there. Well, yeah.
pretty good two-way though. The 4 ball being positioned way back down where the cue ball's at.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he was to pocket the 3, I think the bank shot would be the best offensive shot that he could give himself. But I think you can just go for it. I feel like, and just if you actually, I like banking it here, so your cue ball will travel back up table.
Yeah, a little
If you're
one
gonna try to
pocket
make it.
shot.
Yeah. Just he double
Oh,
diced.
Ooh, yeah.
And stretch.
Yeah.
That
Poison.
couldn't have been much worse. So Jesse's probably gonna. What do you do here?
this is tough. You know what I would do? I would
Follow.
shoot this into the side and follow it and try to come low down here. Like,
Yeah, shoot it in the far side pocket
Yeah.
from where the threes are.
Yeah, put the cue ball over by his hand.
It looks like he's just gonna go 1 or 2 rails back. Do
Yeah,
the
this
same
can
thing.
be, if you don't hit the speed right,
Exactly.
you're going to end up
Yeah.
with a tricky
I
shot.
like to make it as simple as I possibly can.
He hits the speed a little
Oh,
too
he's
hard
gonna get
there,
up
but
on
he hit
the
the
8.
eight.
Oh, he got lucky.
Yeah, a little wiggle room. Yeah,
Yeah.
it hit it and
Could've
gave it a
very
little
easily
room.
got
Yeah.
behind that.
Because it could have went back behind it.
It's pretty straight on to get to the
Pretty
5
straight
though.
here. I
He's
played
got
on this
enough.
table, and if he doesn't like the angle,
He can cheat it.
you could really actually play one rail
He's gonna.
into the 4 with a little bit of right
He
English,
has enough angle. He can
and
stroke
that'll
out
make
of
that the cue ball come way out.
He's gonna stroke.
I think that
The English didn't catch. Kick it out.
he hit it.
I'm sure he was trying to pop it off that rail, but
Yeah, it just. Yeah, it's tough to go away from the line like that. The reason why I think that going one rail is good there is because you're always going to have an angle.
yeah, exactly. The shot before you're talking about.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Instead of drawing the ball, he's going underneath. some
Going
other
cushion
balls.
first.
Yeah, going one rail. Yeah, it's a little tougher to pocket, but you don't have to do anything. It's going to go towards
Looks like he's got
the
another
front.
full cue skip shot right here.
No, it's
It's about a half a football. Half a
See where it ends up.
It's going to end up, looks like,
Where it stops, nobody knows.
Whee!
Yeah.
pretty favorable position here for Jeff. Yeah, because he can just make this ball and just go forward and shoot the 6 past the 9. I don't think he has to try to do anything.
It doesn't go past the 9.
Pretty sure it does.
It so doesn't. There,
see
yeah,
it.
Oh, he had
shot
a
that
good angle to
perfect.
come
Yeah, he
back.
shot
He
it
didn't have to
perfect.
do that much.
Yeah,
I thought it was
not.
a little bit thinner than that.
Yeah, you can see he didn't even have to deal with it.
That's a good shot.
It might be going hill here.
This is just gonna be his first.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Easy.
Yeah.
He's a little thin, not a lot though. This is good. I think that if he just floats it one rail, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, come right back out.
Yeah,
Leave it
just
right
a
where it
little
is.
top
Right
left.
where his hand is, his bridge hand.
Just put a little draw in
Look
with
at that,
2
right where
rails.
his bridge
That's
hand
good
is.
also.
Yeah.
You know, I feel way more comfortable pocketing the ball when I shoot it that way, but it's a little bit more speed dependent.
Nice out, Jeff.
But I mean, it's good.
Long, long night of pool there at the season finale. A little bit of fuel in the tank. The season one, we've spoken a lot about how the nights go on and the matches can drag on, and you got to kind of like tap into the bottom fumes of the tank to get through these
Oh, yeah.
matches. And
It's just as much skill learning how to navigate the timeline as bringing a game, you know, to the table. More, you know what I mean? It's like you have to practice the element of playing tournament play, which is that there's going to be long breaks some of the time, and
that's bad news.
yeah, that is. The two ball is tricky here. I mean, I almost feel like to take the free shot on the 9.
Yeah, I feel like,
Why not?
yeah, it's too. And you can also try to blast into that
the
stuff
side
and
here.
the
Shoot
fuel
the 9
get
in the
locked
side,
over
send
there.
the
Yeah.
one ball
Yeah.
over behind those 4 balls,
I don't even know if
clustering
it
them.
matters. You know,
Yeah, for the win, you go for the 9 here.
I think you can just
It's too complicated.
put it as straight in as you can. As far
Yeah,
as the,
don't overthink it.
yeah, and just try to make the ball. I mean, anything is possible, but it's like I feel like if you just bear down and make this ball, that's more important than worrying about whether or not you're going to get safe if you miss. But you can always play safe. That just makes the shot.
Yeah,
It's
if he
not much
follows,
more
I mean, if he
difficult.
follows it, he'll get up above the pile, and the 1 will get right in the
Right.
pile.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think that's the right way to shoot if you're going to play it 2-way. But I think just,
But it's a simple one too. You know?
just going for it is.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh man. That had a chance to like double kiss it or something.
Good try.
Yeah, he shot with follow and it just kissed off the 9, so that's what left it a shot.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Matt Wells as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm sure it's been mentioned, but I'm mentioning it again.
Matt, how old are you?
49.
Matt's
32.
slightly younger than I am.
Probably about, let's see, by 8 years.
Wow.
Just years.
But you can also do
Close,
thousands
yeah.
of years for
9
how
years.
many days you've been alive.
I'm still doing
Simple
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Haven't you heard of the new math systems?
Yeah,
I'm not looking
since-
forward to
yeah. No.
Ooh,
That was a strong hit. Oh man, look at this. Oh, okay.
good,
Okay, I was-
good.
Not that it's like I'm opposed to the cheese, but it's one of those
It could have
like
lined up a
nice
combo
shot
for
turned
Jeff,
into
too.
like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
isn't nearly as nice as I was looking at when I just nice full context.
Doesn't unfold the way you thought it would.
Yeah, I think Jeff's gonna try to go for the run out here.
Yeah.
If he can get on the 2 to get to the 4, everything else is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, the 4-5 is kind of the tough part.
Because I don't think he can play short side. I don't think he can play under the 4 to
No,
get
no,
past
no.
the 5.
No.
It looks like it's blocked.
He looks awful straight there too. He might be able to jam into the 4 and knock it out.
Mm-hmm.
Did you end up going to the last episode or the season finale
Oh,
of the
nice shot. This is it.
Case of the Mondays?
I did. It was awesome.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, I watched one episode and I was pretty impressed, and I was like, oh man, it would have been cool if I would have gotten off a little earlier.
Yeah. You haven't gotten a chance to meet my friend, our friend Nathan, DJ Cosmo. He came up from the Oakland area to perform
Oh,
during it.
sweet.
One of Tor and I's best friends.
That's not as bad as it looks.
Yeah,
He
it's
can
unfortunate my
read
schedule's
beside it.
not that conducive to doing stuff in the evening.
Yeah, yeah. Well, your job's got other benefits in that regard, and there's a balance to it all, and maybe you'll find yourself in a different era of time with like a different balance of time later, you know?
Or maybe you guys will just change Mondays to Thursdays and then it's on.
Listen, dude, I don't know who you think I am, but I'm not Augustine or Caesar. I have no
Well, I'm not
authority
trying
to
predict
change the
anything, I'm just
calendar.
saying,
I have no authority
Why does it have
to.
to be something that changed in my life? Why couldn't it change in your life?
And also you.
And then just
things to
work
do
for
on
me.
Thursday.
I mean, I'm the hero of my own story.
Back to that.
Yeah. Full circle.
It's a half circle.
It's a half circle.
It's not full circle yet.
Did you read The Alchemist yet?
I've read it long enough ago to where I've forgotten it.
Good answer. Yeah,
That's a
good
nice
answer.
shot. That's a really nice
I
shot.
remember it being really
Jeez, that's a really,
inspirational
really nice
and
shot.
actually telling in some ways.
It was a good shot.
Yeah, I played a safety.
You get a little jump kick.
I feel, yeah.
Just hit this ball full. I don't think you can make it. It looks like the Nets
You know what? That
interfering with making it. I don't think
I feel
that
like
he
you
got
can
action
mess-
on the 9.
No, I feel like you can say that and make it, and it'll end up all right. He'll double kiss
That
off the
could
9
happen.
and pop it out.
You could overturn that masse and scratch though too.
Right. Yeah, if you go across the top of the ball, that line can trickle in its corner really easily.
Even if you just jammed into the 6 with a jump, it'll go off the 9 and go in. What? Yeah.
Someone wants me to watch it hit right now?
Nah, that's a bad idea. You go watch it. Go. You're sober.
Have Tor watch
I mean,
it.
we're all sober.
Matt.
Don't judge us.
Yeah,
I don't
get
know
Matt
if
to do it.
Okay.
I mean, it's his birthday too, but he's better off than me.
Yeah, he didn't get about.
You can see there, Matt Wells is
Yeah.
standing there to watch the.
Trying to avoid any
Watch the
controversy
hit.
on the hit. You have the third party watch the shot so that they make the ultimate call. That's the right thing to do. See, that's exactly what you were saying might happen.
If you kick at it, if he could have jumped it straight off, it would have kicked off the 9 and gone in. He also
Well-
could have massed it.
Well,
I
yeah.
feel like that was my third
I like
choice
the
right
jump
there.
shot too, but I mean the kick, he's thinking something good could happen.
I feel like there were two
it
better
could have
options.
happened. It
I'm
just
saying.
didn't. I mean, if he hit it a little
Simple,
fuller,
simple.
that wouldn't have had the
Follow
same
this
result.
up.
So
It's a tough safety. I think Jeff's going to get rewarded on that play there.
yeah, that was a nice play. Yeah, like that. I mean, you always got to risk a little bit. You play safe. It doesn't always work out, even if you do the good thing. You know, that's the nature of the beast. You know.
Yeah, it's the nature of
You
reality.
can leave them super tough, and they can just get there anyways. That's just how it is. It's a risk, you know?
Nice guys do finish last, and you can do the right thing and still fall short.
That's right.
It's a unfair world, and part of the game of what we're doing here is like disappointment management.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's a good way of putting it. I mean, I always used to think of it, pool's a game of mistakes, and that's really how it is, you know.
Not many mistakes on that run there.
An excellent way to end the season.
Is this gonna be
Going
hill?
Yeah, totally.
Hill.
There it is, guys. Hill for the finals. Thanks everyone for hanging in there.
To stay quiet while everyone is shooting.
It's 2-2.
I
Yeah,
will
3
take
total.
$20 to yell while everyone is shooting. Well,
Good luck, guys.
well, cheers to that.
There's at least 3 people watching.
Cheers to a hell of a night.
Sorry, I missed most of
I'm
it.
not even watching.
Just, yeah.
One last game, fighting through the fatigue in the finals. Jeff Jerome and Jesse Bergman.
That's a nice.
Molly Oliver and Sean Lewis with me, myself, Dom, in the commentary booth.
That was almost looked like it was going to come out perfect.
To our producer and Jacqueline and DJ Cosmo in the lounge room.
Yeah.
Luke and Matt playing side action over there, and Eric Okerlund asleep on the couch.
He was
Nice.
kind of.
He fell off the couch when he was sleeping. Now he's awake.
He's like crawling up like a little doggy.
I did.
I thought he
like
was sleeping.
flipping around.
And he
Yeah.
fell or whatever. Seemed like he fell. I don't know.
You can see Jeff sitting here thinking this one out.
This is tricky. Yeah, I mean, he broke the balls. Now he's thinking about where to roll out. Cause
Yeah.
he got unfortunate. It looked like it was going to come out real nice for him for a run-out opportunity.
So tell me what you're thinking here as far as what do you like to do? As
The
far
way
as
I look at it,
you try to bait people, or you try to leave them something that they might be able to see, and you'll just be able to execute better.
my
That's
push
me.
out strategy involves more about not losing the game on that first shot. I will never leave them an opportunity to like run the balls if possible. I don't
Right.
care.
So you might leave them a
if the-
makeable shot, but you'll leave them so
No,
if they make
well,
if they'll get weird on the next ball,
Exactly.
or they can't get on the
at
next.
best.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I leave it to where there's just no reasonable option to make a ball. I don't want anything weird to happen. I want them actually. Really, I take the worst of it because I feel like most of the time I'm the better player. I'm gonna take an advantage better than they will be able to of the defensive opportunity that I'm gonna present.
Yeah.
I'm very rarely
I
gonna leave
like
an
baiting.
offensive opportunity.
Baiting is kind of my thing.
If
I
you want
might-
to shoot at it, go for it. If you want to play safe, go for it. I already know what I'm gonna do,
I might
and I
leave
just
you-
suspect that I'm gonna do it better than you.
Right,
So
right.
you should, if you give me the
$1
shot, I'm gonna
chip.
end up the best of it. I mean,
shot.
it's just I don't like leaving offensive opportunities. You
See,
know,
I
where you
will if
just
I know that they
'cause
can't get on the next one.
I just don't like them to be able to shoot. I just want them to give me let me win or do this on my own.
I tend to focus on my advantage. I'm like generally speaking way taller than everybody, and so I can usually find a spot
there's
that
a physical thing too. Yeah,
I can usually find a spot that'll allow me to have a jump shot, but way out in the center of the table, which is something that a lot of people can't do, and they pass
I
on
had a
it.
buddy that did that too.
And,
Back before jump cues were really prevalent, he could jump with a full cue pretty accurately, so he would just roll out to a jump shot. And most people didn't have jump cues at that time. So it was pretty much like an automatic where he would just shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, and not to say that jump
This
cues
is it. Hey.
and like his jumping percentage was so
doesn't get
high
out
that
right
it
here.
was whatever, but you know.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
see
right.
Jesse barely overcut that
Yeah.
one, and
I feel like he was almost playing a
He
two-way.
was doing a two-way. It just
I
didn't.
don't
He's right
feel
on the
he was
rail
trying to
there.
make it. He was-
So yeah,
I
this
think it
is
was more like
yeah,
it
I
was
feel like if Jeff
straight
makes this,
safety.
he's out. If he
No,
doesn't,
Jeff,
and
he's
gets
got to get on the
position,
six here.
and get position. I'm sorry, I didn't.
This is fairly tricky.
No, it's not. Just fall. Boom. was a nice shot.
Yeah, it was a good shot
And
there.
he's got the angle to just fucking.
Yeah, no, that
Oops,
was
sorry.
good.
That's all right. We've
F-bomb
had that.
warrior.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
saying
we've
he's on
we've
this
had
one.
F-bombs on the
Oh,
show.
okay.
It's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
It's kids these days friendly, you know, instead of kid friendly.
Stun this over the rail. Leave a little angle.
We'll have some beeps edited out.
Nice shot.
Yeah,
Sits it. So now he's gonna.
looks
draw
like
back on
it's
the-
time to warm up the band.
No, he just sees a stroke there as well. He'll come over. I don't even
That's a
know how
funny
to
way to
describe
say
this.
it.
What?
I think he's on the wrong side of the 7.
Yeah,
here.
but he can still draw it and pull it over on that whatever this side.
Yeah.
What do I
Oh,
say?
yeah.
Down. How do I describe it on the screen?
Relative to the stain on the floor.
This is pretty
Which
good.
this one? That stain? Oh, that stain. Okay. Well, now it's too
This is
late.
pretty good.
Now
He just
I know
needs
it.
to bear
And
down
then
and
too.
make the ball. Play the speed. Quietly.
Yeah, you can. Earlier it was quiet. Now it's even more quiet.
Except for us.
He had it
Missed
too
it.
full. Too full. That's why you just gotta make the ball. Give yourself a chance to win. I mean, obviously you want to have that ideal position on the 9, but it's
You
catastrophic.
get through
for
that.
the
That was
ball.
that was the biggie. Though.
Just had to make the ball.
I don't feel like the
Do you
9
want
could have
to?
been that.
He's not quite perfect on the
No,
9.
I don't
He'd
think
be
it's
okay.
important. I heard he
Just put
did
some top
before
on this one,
on the
we'll go.
commentary.
Just roll it in.
Nice.
And
Oh,
just
even
take
better.
what you get.
Wow,
Even
he
better.
really
off
spun
the
off that rail perfect.
Yeah, I mean, you can get perfect. That's all we need.
Spun.
Spun?
Yeah, you
Like
hit it
the
well,
spun?
really well.
I said it spun.
Oh, okay.
It spun off the rail.
Yeah, with authority! Woo! Sorry, it's Jesse. Server Stanley C4's professional pool player. Whatever he's supposed to be.
I'm talking about.
Hey,
Oh, they can still hear me.
You're the man. Stand over here with me, man.
Yeah, birthday shout out. Yeah. Cool. Sorry.
We'll do the sign off.
Can you like hold him like a little baby?
You're gonna give me a spot and then I'm gonna
Hold him like a little baby.
Is it ready? All right, everybody, that was it. Thanks so much for joining us and tuning in. I imagine there's a lot of people who just fast forwarded through the long evening to sweat the different matches. You'll definitely want to stop through and check all of the individual ones. Jesse, our winner, come on, step up here, give me a hug. Dude, you are like the champ of season 1. I want to take a second to let everybody know that I absolutely knew that Jesse is one of the pool players in our community who has been grinding and working hard on his game. And it doesn't take but a little bit of time to log on to Sharky Water's YouTube page. Check out episodes 1, episodes 3, episodes 5, 1, 5, and 10.
Yeah, we had a nice rhythm.
And you'll see a lot of that growth all the way up to him beating everybody out here. You got $150 for the winner. That's good. And then they're spitting out the rest over there. Thanks for tuning in again on the chat rooms. Do the likes, do the shares, do the comments, all of that stuff. Tune in. We're going to come back the 1st of September for season 2. We're going to make a lot of upgrades. We're going to get Molly in. We're going to try and keep bending Sean's ear in. We're going to get Roland Dickerson, Luke Ludford, a lot more people to expose and a lot more things to talk about. So be sure to tune in, keep up with the practice and the drills, and remember, perfect practice makes perfect performance. Enjoy, peace.